Alrighty, everybody. Well, we have ourselves a board. Can everybody see the board? Hopefully. Welcome to perhaps what is the biggest game of the MLC thus far, perhaps the biggest game in the entire MLC tournament. $1,200, Major League Catan. This is the best of the best, and we have the best of the best on this table. We have Road Dogg, currently first seed, 2 wins, 28 points. We have Rayman, second seed, 2 wins, 28 points. And we have Griffin, third seed, 2 wins, 27 points. Not only that, we have Joshua Wright, Mr. ABH himself, could be the first person and the only person to go undefeated 2 for 2 in MLC. He's got a third game right after this. We could very well see ABH go 3 for 3 to start the MLC today. Thanks for joining, everybody. This is going to be an absolute banger of a game. This is the top of the leaderboard currently. We could see someone on 3 wins. We could see ABH going undefeated. This could be one of the most important games of the entire tournament. Thank you for joining. Let's take a look at the board here. Currently have everyone deafened, so just us. Not sure what they're talking about. We got ABH up first, followed by Road Dogg, Griffin, Rayman. A lot of high production spots. We see the 8 ore, 8, 5, 11, 8, 9, 11. 8 and 6, so a good amount of ore. Good amount of brick on the board. Coming straight down the diagonal there. 8, 9, 8, 5. Right? 6 wheat and 9 wheat could be popular. Only other wheats are the 11s. Not a lot of wood. This 6, 10, 4 could be a big spot for someone. Right? Now, what do we do here in first? A lot of options. A lot of great spots. Do we want to play a dev game if we're ABH? Maybe pick up this 8, 5, 11? Do we value the wood? 6, 10, 4. What are you guys thinking in the chat? Thank you, everyone, for being here. This is going to be an absolute incredible game. This could very well determine who's in first place at the end of the season. This is just a crazy game. Robin likes the 8, 9, 11. I like the 8, 9, 11. Yes, and we see it. There we go. You've got some outs here, right? You could potentially get the 5-10 with a 3-1. You could get the 4-5, right? Help you out on the brick port. Start with a port. I mean, that's just worst case scenario. We haven't really placed out a whole lot here. But if we look at the end, yeah, both of these spots, one of them's going to be open. Worst comes to worst, not bad, right? Points to the 9-4, 3-1. Aggressive, but I like it. Great pickup spot if he can get it, right? Double the 9 wheat, which is the second best wheat in the game. Maybe puts an intimidation factor on someone not wanting to race that spot. ABH will avenge himself. I don't know if I'm saying that right. But you don't want to get on his bad side early in a game. There was a little bit of friendly banter going on earlier today between these 4 legends. A little bit of diss tracking going on, a little bit of rap battling going on in the Catan Championships Discord. It was a lot of fun to see. Some funny lines were dropped. So all in good intentions, though. Everyone's trying to hype this up. This is going to be a great game. All right, second now. What do we like in second? I'm kind of gravitating towards the 6, 10, 4. Maybe that's just me. Brickport's insane on this board. Yeah, Brickport is crazy. Okay, and we see Road Dogg go 6, 2, 5. Best sheep, best wheat. Getting a 3-1 port. I mean, you can't feels like you can't go wrong with it. And now what do we go here for Griffin in third? What are our options, right? I'm loving this 6, 10, 4. Maybe it's just me, right? But potentially pairing it with something like the 5-9-11, or even the 4-3-11, you're probably getting one of them, right? That'd be great. That'd be great. Oh, if Road Dogg could double backtrack to the 8-2, that would be fire. 6-10-4 could get the 8-3-10. Yeah, maybe. I mean, I think 6-10-4 is great here, but maybe they're working something out. I kind of want to listen in. Let's see. Let's see what they're thinking, if anything.
Yeah.
3-10-11 is
I
7
kinda
pips.
I kinda like 5-9-11 up for me.
5-9-11 up. Okay.
Just because you can get to 8-2 eventually.
Yeah, I can see that working for you.
But like I want to start with that spot.
How are they doing? Are they too loud? Am I too quiet? Should I turn the Discord down a little bit? Let me know. I personally like
What even
listening
is there? Like
to them.
so
And
much
Can
I'll
you
talk
just give me
over
everything
as
I
needed,
want,
kind of like
please?
this. Or
No, I just don't know what the
I
response is to
can
it.
go deafen. Let me know what you guys think in the chat.
I feel
And
like
if
you
you're new
probably
here,
go 6, 4,
hit that
10,
follow
3, 10,
button
11
if
if
you
I
wouldn't
do
mind.
that. You want to lock things up somehow.
Griff, what are you hoping to pair with 5-9-11 for yourself?
Like 6, 10, 12 up, maybe? Oh no, there's 9, 10. Wow. 6, 10, 12 in general, maybe?
6, 10,
Okay.
12.
And like you go like 8, 4, 10 with 3, 10, 11?
8, 4, 10.
Or do you want 6, 4, 10 and I can play?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think I want 6-4-10 more. I think at least I have some.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
6
so
or
like,
stuff.
I think that just means I have to take it though.
Okay, so then. So do you want?
All right. Deafened up again. We see maybe trying to make a little bit of a deal. Griffin trying to work. He wants to get on this 6-or, he's saying, but he wants to start with the 5-9-11 maybe. He wants kind of both of those spots. I think that's tricky because I think if you don't take the 6, whether it's the 6-10-12 or the 6-10-4 here, I don't think you get it, right? Unless you're working out some kind of a crazy deal with Rayman here. And we do see the 6-10-12 come down. Two easy road settles potentially. Yep, onto the wheat port, onto the sheep port. At the loss maybe of the 2 extra pips of wood. But now, what do you do if you're Ray here? Maybe you take the 5-9-11, right? Maybe you point up, potentially get that brick port, and maybe you take the 8-10-4, right? Is Griff maybe thinking he gets the 8-5-10 here? That'd be kind of crazy, but maybe. What do we think? Let's see. 6-10-4 is good. Make sure to check the voice chat. Voice chat text in the Discord. It writes out their chat. I'm not sure what that is. David, like to put 50 on Griff. Oh, Sunset coming in hot. Putting a 50 on Griff. If anyone wants to take it up with him, hit him up in the DMs, I'm sure. And Griff asks if he gets not 5-9-11 by this, and Rayman says probably. Okay, let's listen back in.
I think actually that's not true. That's not true. That's a lie.
Yeah, I mean 5-9-11 with the 6-10-12 is
I don't know,
great.
but like
very good.
6-4 is like or like 4-5 to 6-4 is maybe what I take if shit gets locked up. I don't know what else I do. And then we're fighting. So
Yeah. I'm trying to find for myself like an advantage, and the only thing I see is like the wood, right? So if I take 4, 5, 8, that's like too much brick, and like there's no port. So I don't know how that works for
I think
me.
you get the 5-10. It's a big port.
No.
You have the easiest road game.
I mean, Raymond, I think you just take the 8-4-10. If he takes the 4-5 to 6-4, you win that race probably.
But the big concern is he might just go 6-4
Like, all right,
to
just start
4-5.
with 6-4. I don't know.
Yeah. Then you're really hurting.
I haven't decided yet, but I don't know what else I would take. I think 8-9-3 is pretty bad for me.
You don't think you can make 8-5-10 work, bro?
Yeah, I guess that's an option. If you're coming up to the 8-2, no.
I can point left.
And I just need wood. Like, it's super slow.
Yeah. So
So
this
so
wood,
you're
Well, I
already
mean,
a big,
that sounds good to Ray, man. 'Cause
already a big discussion.
Spot we trade. That's my offer. Or I don't know if you want something better, but I want a combined wood brick spot, and then I'd make a trade or deal with you.
Okay, we see the 8-3-10 from Ray.
That was too difficult. I couldn't decide.
That's all good.
Interesting. And it sounds like he wants to pair it with some of this wood.
So I assume you want to take
potentially.
8-10-4 with this, right?
Yeah,
Probably.
maybe.
Just play road or something.
Could get the
Yeah.
10-11
I
here.
mean, if you
could
do
get
that,
the wood
then I
port,
definitely have to take
could get some ore.
6-4 or 5-4.
Wow.
Okay, so you're saying I should point up to 10-9?
You could take 8-4-5 or 8-9-10, and then
Alrighty.
I would take the corresponding spot that you leave.
Angry Robin says he is the national champ. We've got a couple of national champs here.
If you go 8-4-5
ABH,
right, then
Australian
you get the
national
best 3-1
champ.
port in the game.
Griffin,
Your road network's good, and I'll give you a
USA
weak
national
trade.
champ. Wise, let's go.
Yeah, you just have to give Road Dogg the
Hey,
world
boob.
in exchange.
GG.
I
As
just
Robin says.
offered him like 3 things
Donnie's
to do,
not too
but
sure about the
it's up to him.
6-10-12.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. I'm just
Easier
trying to
road
imagine.
setups,
So
potentially.
if I go like
Um,
8-4-10 up, I get
Maybe
a bit
he's
more wood.
wants a little
I
bit of space here.
probably get road.
We'll see.
Um,
Because
You probably get road either way, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah, you get Road.
Yeah,
probably
if he was
was.
guaranteed the 5-9-11,
Unless you let someone
yeah,
sneak it for the win.
he'll take it.
Yours.
So it's sounding like Ray goes.
I just don't think you're going to have a way to port all the brick if you don't go to the 3-1.
Yeah, it's a lot of brick.
yeah.
He can get the 3-1 regardless. He doesn't have to go for it straight away. Like if you take
Sounds like
8-4-10,
Griff's going
he
5-9-11. Rose
he's
coming
going
somewhere
5-4,
down
he
here,
can
and
still
then
go
ABH. Where does ABH go?
That's a
Maybe
fair
H
point.
goes.
Yeah. It
4-3-11?
doesn't change that much for Josh because it looks like 3-4-11's open no matter what.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, Josh is pretty much locked in on
I think
3-4
Griff.
now.
No, so it sounds
You're
like
locked in on 5
potentially Griff is
And
getting
then
the 5-9-11.
I'm either
here.
taking the 3 hex that Rayman leaves with the deal, or I'm taking 6-4 or 5-4.
Yeah. What
Seems,
they
it
just said.
seems like
I mean, that's
Yeah,
good.
okay, so Ray goes up, looking to get some more, double up the wood here pretty quickly. He's gonna need a port, right? So circling back around to this 3-1, probably after doubling up on this 10.
So, Ray,
He's
you
got
said you don't want me to
potential
point
wood
up to the 8
No, I do. I don't want you to
Me?
race me.
row. No, I kind of want to go left to 6-3.
yeah, it's fine.
Because you want to wrap around, right?
I mean, I'm
Like
probably
5-4, 6-4, 8-2, something like that.
yeah. I don't know. It seems like I'm gonna have a lot to do with relying on some weird
Yeah.
numbers,
Yeah.
Yeah.
some trades that I'm probably gonna have to
Okay.
get. So
Well, we'll have ore for
So
lead,
Griff takes a
hopefully.
5-9-11
you,
race
can
rate.
probably, you can
I
probably
don't
point
necessarily
wherever you want.
think he needs to
Yeah,
race
I'm
Ray.
actually just
Like
like-
pointing up is good because he gets on the 8 ore,
Yeah.
right? On both of the best
Could
ores,
even do
or
5-9 left.
pointing left to the 6-3.
Yeah.
Also very good. He also just mentioned maybe taking 5-9 left.
That would leave Ray an open spot, maybe too.
Hurts Ray. But then
That-
maybe Ray
and
picks
then,
up
yeah.
something over here.
Josh, I guess I want to talk a little to you here. I don't think
Yeah.
you're ever picking
Here's some good
6-3,
discussions. 6-4-12,
oh, you're worried
5-9-11
about
better than
6-3?
6-4-10, 3-10-11, 3-4-11.
Yeah.
It's
I think this works. Let's do 5-9
Maybe.
left to
I
6-3.
don't think that's good.
5-9 left to
Who's-
6-3.
Who's gonna fight the longest road? And we're leaving him at 3 hex.
Me, I'm gonna fight the
Then
longest road.
ABH
He's gonna be on
ABH
Like
could
all
just
of your-
take something like
all of your wood brick.
You're talking about Rayman? Rayman doesn't make ore. Though.
5-4 or
No,
11-4-3,
either.
lock out the whole
Yeah,
board.
like I'm okay to have Ray play road and get some open
Yeah.
space. That's good.
4-5 to 6-4. Yeah, it sounds like Roe is 100% locked on this 4-5 to 6-4
Ray,
vice
do
versa
you
action.
like
So
If I leave 9-10 open, will you not race to 6-3? Because it like slows me down to leave that spot open.
yeah,
I mean, I think I go like 10-9 and then 10-11 and then 3-1
Yeah.
and then Port
I
First
agree.
City.
Okay, let's not overcomplicate it then. I'll just go
Yeah.
5-9-11.
yeah, we do see the
Left.
5-9-11. I do like the
No
5-9-11.
race.
You start with the
I'm gonna go
wheat, so
2
you don't have
roads.
to trade for it. Yes, it's 2 roads, but you don't kill kind of Ray's game.
Mm.
You don't. It's not that much of an extra effort. No one's really racing you there. I like it.
Josh, are you pretty set on 3-4-11 here? Was I right in
Yeah.
that analysis? I haven't heard much from you.
Ray, I mean, he could try to steal 9-4. That's
what are you
a
looking for from me
monumental
right
effort,
now?
though. Monumental
talking.
effort.
He just doesn't want you to cuck and then take 6-4.
Yeah, 6-3 is huge.
I mean,
for anybody. I agree.
I don't generally reveal information in settlement phase unless there's some reason to that benefits me. So if we wanted to make a deal, we can make a deal about something.
I
Otherwise,
like that from
I'll
ABH.
wait
He's not going to reveal
Okay.
anything unless there's something in it for him, right? I'm the same way. Why am I going to tell you where I'm going? Unless there's a spot he wants and he wants to work a deal with Mr. Road.
But I assume you're worried that if you take.
But I don't think Road Dogg can justify
Take the other one or something.
any
I
other
assume it's
spot.
one.
But then
Something
again,
like that.
If you take 6-4,
He
you're
took-
just gonna take 5-4.
he took an interesting setup the other day that some people disagreed with.
Yeah, I
And
mean, like I said, if you want to make a
Made
deal,
it
we
work just fine.
can talk.
So
What do you think?
yeah, let's see. What are we thinking? 6-3 over 10-5.
I'm thinking a lot of things, but I'm not in the charity business. So if you want to make a deal, we can talk.
I don't know.
Ro, I don't think you need to start on
4-5
the
is
6 at all,
Josh's
and I don't
best
think
out if
he's gonna
6-4
take
is
it either.
open.
Like,
Otherwise, I think 6-3 is
we're both
Josh.
building towards the other 6. Like, I'm not
Maybe.
fighting you on devs.
Yeah.
ABHs.
Or maybe he doesn't want Ray to have this extra expansion. And
Rayman started
like
with the
essentially
road and a
locks
half,
down
though.
to 3-1. So maybe he does take like the
He literally just said
4-3-11,
it.
maybe.
Ray's not gonna back.
Not a whole lot of ore though, right? A lot of trading he'd have to do for the
Is that true,
wooden
Rayman?
brick.
I mean, listen,
Yeah.
you sauce me 1 wheat, like we said.
Not 9-10
you
first.
never
I think
have
if
to even worry about it.
yeah, the 9-10's not bad either. So now let's see. Do we see some extortions here? Do we see ABH try to get this 9-10?
All right.
This is interesting. This is very interesting. Me personally, if this was me, I'm looking at
So many options right now.
5-10. You almost certainly never get the 10-11, right? Well, maybe not, because Ray probably goes 9-10
Well, but
first,
6-4
right?
does have
And
its
then
appeal.
after that, maybe
Like having both
if the
your
4-3-11's open, he goes there. So maybe you could get the 10-11. 9-10, point left, not bad, right? You'll get the sheep. You might even get the 11-3-4. Well, probably not though, because Ray's racing for the Ray will lose the 9-10. He'll go 4-3-11 first. You kind of get everything once you get this 9-4, so not terrible. 6-3. There was a decent amount of chat in the 6-3. It's a lot of wheat. The wood is almost negligible, right? And who really needs wheat? I guess Ray needs wheat, but not a ton of it, right? And he could probably get it fairly cheap from Roe. I guess the 6-3 really just cripples Griff the most, I would say. And yes, you get a 3-1 point, but you're getting a 3-1 port
There's going
eventually.
to be a lot of brick in second.
So 6-3 over 5-10. I like 9-10 or 5-10 a little
Yes,
more.
it
I think
does.
personally.
It does increase the 6-4's playability.
And honestly, I do like. I don't think the 4-3-11 is bad. You essentially guarantee this 3-1 port because now Ray's
I
not
would
coming
feel
all the way
pretty
around to plow you, right?
And it would
Your
probably
ratios
come
are
in the form of
solid.
retaliation,
5 pips of sheep,
so.
5 pips of ore, a good amount of wheat
Is that
when
all
people
you
need
got,
it.
Ray Dog?
I don't know. I
It's
don't know
not
what else
terrible.
I'm supposed to do. I think my setup's pretty ass. So.
A 3-1 port will
Rolling
be
a 4,
useful.
5, and a
I
6.
agree.
So.
6-3 makes him pound out of city way faster than 5-10. Potentially, yeah. You
I
can
left
port
you
all
the-
that wheat
the-
away
the
that you
good
don't
or
need.
cheap shit.
Maybe some
So,
threes roll. You can dish some wood.
I'll block the 9 or something. I don't know.
It's interesting.
I'm disappointed, Radog, that you've resorted to such lame
tired.
negotiation
I'm
tactics.
tired, man. I'm tired, and if I get plowed, it'll make me mad.
Wow. So
Sorry,
maybe I
you
missed it,
realize
but
that your words are making me want to plow you, right?
is ABH considering the
Let's create
6'4"?
some
I might
crazy.
have missed it.
But fortunately for you and disappointingly for the audience, I had my eyes on 5'10" this whole time.
5'10". Okay, we do see the 5'10".
11.
Get some sheep. You
Alrighty.
start with the
Yeah,
port, which is
It was
valuable.
a good thing.
Pick
It was
up
a
a
good
little bit
thing
of
Rayman
break.
didn't point towards that
Yeah.
because he was
And
getting
now
plowed if he
Rayman,
did.
like we said, probably goes up here
Interesting. I did
instead.
not see
By
that.
the way,
coming.
But now for Ray,
Rayman. Well, that's fine. It's kind
Ray's
of my
not getting
job
a
here.
port. That
Not
hurts
Ray
if
for
you're
me,
Ray.
but 3 4 11. So it's
I
all yours.
appreciate that.
That
Who
hurts
got
if
the
you're
wood
Ray.
in chat? Ooh.
I'm going to deafen here real quick. So we see some interesting setups. We've got ABH probably going to be pounding the devs. Rodog wants to pound the devs, but it's got a little bit of work to do. It's got to get to this 6'4" pretty quick. Griff, I would say, has the most balanced setup from my perspective. He's going to be hustling to get to that 6'3", and maybe even potentially 6'3", 3-1 would be great for him. He can pour everything he doesn't need. He can double up the ore. And then you got Rayman, who, might have the longest road ahead for him, both literally and figuratively. He's going to be needing that longest road to have any chance in this game, which he will probably get. Space might end up being an issue for him, right? He's already losing out in the 6'4". He's going to have to be wrapping both far east and west. His only port is looking like it might be the wood port. He's not getting this 3-1. He's not getting the wheat port. He's not getting that ore port. Not getting the other 3-1. It'll be interesting. Put in the chat, just off placements alone, who are you liking here? Who are you liking here? Me personally, I think I'm liking ABH or Griffin. If Ro can get this 6'4" settled down quick, I'm liking him a lot. I think Ray's got the biggest amount of work to do.
The journey.
Also,
So we do see Griff start the
I
journey
can't believe
to the 6'3". The question is, which 6'3"
Dolly
is
was
it?
very precious.
I just had to get him back. You kidnapped him.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Ro, Kelly likes Ro.
you know what I'm saying.
Couple of
The kidnapping
ABHs.
business is
Does
doing
anyone
great.
have wheat?
Ro.
Bro, I've got sheep if you want. If you want.
So I think I'm just going to let them talk. I'll talk
What
over them
about
just like this.
future weeds?
Let me know if they're too loud, if I'm too loud.
After I get on the 6, I'll be trading.
Yeah,
Okay.
just let me
So,
know in
One
that
for
regard.
one after you settle, Griffin?
But
Yeah, that's good.
a couple of
I
sevens
actually have a
here to
week,
start the
but I don't
game.
want
Quite a
to
few
do that.
sevens to start the game.
Okay.
And not a whole lot of
Two.
cards in anybody's hands.
You should have just taken the 1 and 2, bro. You got scammed.
So
Alright. Well, I'm a nice guy.
I've
I'm
already
gonna wait for it to
tracking
settle.
has never been my strong
And-
suit. I already don't know what
And
anyone's
rolls.
cards are.
That's
Luckily,
a little bit away.
ABH and Road Dog will be easy to track from here on out.
I should
Griffin
probably
sounded
just
like
have
had the
had
wheat
to go for
and
it.
the sheep, maybe, or something. So, Ro, let's talk about blocks here. Where are you blocking if you're Road Dog? Potentially the 10 wood to make your 4 wood more valuable, right? 11 wheat seems pretty wimpy, but it's an option.
I don't
10
know,
sheep,
the rug.
maybe.
I mean, I didn't break
Makes
your
your sheep
road,
a little
Road
more
Dog,
valuable.
and I've already been robbed twice.
Yeah.
Quite
I
frankly,
appreciate that.
we might see some solo blocks here on the 8 ore. Maybe people are scared to solo block early, but it could be a factor. Same with the 6 ore. I mean, of course, Ro's trying to settle it quick,
Well,
but
they don't
they
have
both
any
could be
cards
blocked.
Right, man. I'll just go for you right now.
Okay. Well,
yeah, it's true. My tracking is no good. Slow down the expansions. I agree 100%.
Yeah,
I like the
probably
10 wood
wheat.
block a
Well,
lot.
I already owe you the wheat, so
So again, if we keep on the block train, if you're Griffin, where you block it, probably the 8 or probably the 5, maybe the 10 or the 4. If you're ABH, where you blocking? 5 sheep. He already did block that once. Both of the wood spots, great blocks, right? Once Griff settles this 6 wheat, that'll be a huge block. If you're Ray, where are you blocking if you're Ray? You're on both of the wood, so probably not those.
For
5
sale?
sheep, maybe. 5 brick, maybe.
How much?
Not
how much wood
great
do you have,
options.
Ray?
The 6 ore and 6
I
wheat will
got
both be
2.
huge once they go.
Yeah, it's blocked right now.
So,
Um,
hitting ABH for a wheat, yeah,
yeah, Rowan.
maybe. Okay.
How's that look?
ABH looking to get a little bit of
that's
value
pretty
here,
fair.
and maybe
I'll do that.
Ray wants that, and he does. Ray wants
Put
to
up
settle
board,
pretty bad. Double
pick
the
up another
10.
number,
That's a
the
big
9.
settle for him. Granted, it's blocked, but he's going to
Can't
need
do a
it
settle.
to be able to move.
I think you probably got a slightly better
Dewey.
move.
2 or.
But
There's the
they,
Dewey. Great roll
Yeah.
for Mr. Rowe. And the 11, that is also a massive
that
roll.
too, man.
Massive roll. So
Doesn't love that.
ABH traded
too.
away his wheat, got a wood he doesn't produce and a sheep, which is always good, and
One
gets it
sheep
right
and
back
one
off the 11. That's great.
Yeah, I know.
Great trade for
ABH
both of
has
them.
got the cards I need.
And again,
What
if
do
you're
you
Griff,
want?
where are you
Can we talk?
blocking?
I want
I think
wood.
we're going to see one of these two.
Oh, I've only got one of those, bro. You're going to come fishing for. I'm pretty
I
sure
know.
Raymond has another wood.
No, he doesn't.
Griffin's
I
looking
mean, I'm
for a
willing to
wood.
deal,
It's the-
but
it's
Is
the-
ABH going to
obviously-
trade it?
I can only give a sheep.
I say likely not.
I
Doesn't
mean,
produce.
I just can't trade the wood.
I know. I hear you.
I'd
I also.
rather-
I also
I'd rather
just, I
deal,
also
bro.
just,
Oh, that's
I also
right.
just can't let you settle, right?
David says
I'm
Rowe
not even.
Wars.
I'm blocking the 5 achieves.
Road
Not
Dog
blocking the 5
O's.
achieves.
I know.
Ray?
I just
Is that
like
what it
it's the
is?
only good
Maybe I
card on
missed
the
that.
board for me right now. Like I don't know what to tell you.
Well,
Yeah,
take
Griffin
a
Rowe.
shot.
I was
I'll trade it.
I was thinking the same thing. Bloods, coordinated 6s, both of them. Both have the 5s. Very similar ratios.
Probably got an ore out of
Rowe
it.
will end up having just a splash more ore, or sorry, wood. Well, and I guess technically ore as well.
Yeah.
And
It's
then
all
now,
good.
I'm like ages away from a settle, bro. Like so far away from a settle. I don't think
So
I'm the only
we do
person to
see
see Robin here anyway.
6-3. Okay.
Yeah, we're all slowed here anyway.
Yeah, it's not a quick.
painful
No one's
start.
really coming out the gate quick.
You want to just get it out
Everyone's
of the way,
got a little bit of a hole kind of in
And
their
also that
in their
Yeah,
setup to
that-
start.
if you
Everyone
want-
needs a little something to get going.
Bro,
Like,
I
that's
can
not great,
take it.
guys.
I can take it now, but if you want to delay it, I'm fine
Yeah.
with that too. If you're trying to settle or whatever.
Kind of a 6 versus 8 game. I agree with that one. And
I mean,
ABH might be pretty
I
happy
don't
here
have
being
settle right now, so.
being that Griffin didn't point
So
up.
you want to do it?
And
I'm just
Rodok
giving you the
didn't point
choice.
right.
I'll take it.
He
if you
might
want.
be on this 8 ore alone
Um,
for quite some time. Yep.
yeah, let's just do it right now.
So, all right, we're looking to get.
Yeah,
you know,
Griff,
one thing I
any
didn't
value
see
I got out of
personally, I didn't
Raymond
hear it.
there
It
was
sounds like
lost
they
when
did
you
have a
blocked the
deal.
5 and Jack
Guys,
Queen.
put the deals in the chat.
At least I
Gotta
got a
put the
sheep.
deals in the chat so you don't forget about it. And then when you're paid, you can pay it out. 5
Yeah, you
want it?
blocked.
You want the-
brick
you want the
is
sheep?
blocked. Okay.
I do, but without the brick that you just blocked, it's pretty fucking useless. So
Yeah.
you kind of you really burn.
Griffin
it, bro.
with the first dev of the game, spending a valuable wheat for him. Maybe wants a little bit of a protection. Hoping to get a knight maybe. And 10. 10 is a huge roll for Rayman. And he just picked up a wheat, right? Picked up a valuable wheat he doesn't
Someone
produce. If you're Ray, where do you go? Do you
I could.
go the 10-11? Or do you go the 4-3-11?
What are
Right?
you asking?
10-11 guarantees you to
Wheat?
settle. Maybe wrap around to the wood port a little better, but 4-3-11, of course, more production. That's interesting.
Settle for you, right?
Julia, welcome to the chat.
Yeah, I
Why
just
says 10-11?
as I'm
Okay,
hesitant
David,
to trade wheat.
4-3-11, then the wood port.
port.
Both are good, right?
I already have
Both are
one.
good. Does Ray have roads settle in
Yeah,
hand?
exactly.
That's a great question. He's got at least one brick.
That'd be 6 roll up.
Brick's kind of not been rolling the best though. I'm not going to scroll all the way up, but he either has it in hand or he's a brick off, right? So
Ray, you
9,
trade-
8,
you
both
trade
give it
brick?
to him. Might even be able to trade with brick, or maybe he's giving a brick away.
You know
here
what
to
I-
the
Can
edge.
I-
I'm trying to for my game, trying to find a path to a city without having a port. So
An
maybe
8
if I
hit
could
and a
use your
9.
port a few times or something. I don't know.
I think
I'm
the
trying to
8
figure it out.
was a little bit ago.
Yeah.
It's like you go.
So that
before
was.
him,
So he built the settle. So
Yeah.
yeah, he
He's
might.
Or like
he
if
might
you
have.
have more, I could
Here's
get
the
him
dice so
to
far. A
five
lot of 7s
stars.
coming
I
out the
could give
gate.
you a free port service for. Oh, is that too good for you? Would you just take this straight up because you don't produce any wheat?
It's already
I
got
know
a
you
wheat
have one.
hand though.
Oh wait.
Griffin takes that
Can do it
straight
for-
up. Griffin
Right, I
giving
have
a
one.
settle to get a wheat.
I mean, I'll just take it away. It's fine.
And ABH doesn't want to trade
If he
Griff.
doesn't want to deal with me, he can just not settle.
And we see the second dev of the game and another 7. Okay, now, again, if you're Road Dog,
Wheat.
maybe you're trying to
One
test
out
it
of
down here.
6. ABH has one.
He does. Oh yeah, he does.
Yep.
ABH,
I can do. I can do. Have you got any brick lying around? Or
No, I don't.
actually,
Okay.
fuck it. I'll trade you the wheat if you solo the 6.
Oh,
I'm about to
He's
settle.
settling.
coming out swinging.
Oh, you got to settle on it.
Yeah, he's looking for. So I think
Well,
Rose.
I'm getting pretty fucking railed here. So, like,
Everybody's
what
at 2
like,
points.
Yeah.
I can give you an ore if you want.
Fuck it, I'll do it.
Wow, ABH giving in.
Yeah.
Are we about to
wait
see a
for all.
non-bind here?
Good.
We might see a non-bind here. He's only got 2 cards. He's been robbed a lot. Doesn't want to give that settle away.
I think everyone's getting the fucking settle except me, thanks to Grips.
He gives it away. Okay, wow.
That's
And that's a
That's still
huge
a
settle,
sheep from me.
right? But
Well, and you denied me the brick. You denied me the brick. Those will break the cards I need to settle.
now's a 6. Now a 6 is a
Like, I
decent
literally
block
didn't settle
for
because
some
of your
people,
rob.
right?
Didn't want to trade with me. What?
ABH and Ray both looking to block
I
that
didn't want to
6
trade
or
you the
now.
wood I need to
And
produce,
that
bro.
might potentially
Alright.
be a non-night
Okay,
from
let's
Griff.
let's move past it.
So
Alright, they're both on 3 now. I won't block you.
Yeah, I'm both on 3.
here we go. All right. Agron, welcome to the chat. Likes ABH setup the most, but always got to be thinking about fantasy, pulling for a Griff win. And Wise doesn't want him
Yeah, 'cause
settling.
ABH is going to block the
No, he doesn't want to
6
deal
if
with
I-
him. Yeah,
If I block him.
Oh,
I don't know.
Makes
Griff is
sense.
captain. Okay. Yeah, for a good block for Griffin.
don't
Makes
know,
the wood a
kinda
little
want
more
wood.
valuable, and blocking ABH, maybe he doesn't want ABH
sheep.
playing the knight to the 6
yeah,
or.
when you trade
Makes a lot of
someone,
sense. ABH also only on 2
A sheep.
cards. Both him and Griffin.
Be
Maybe
careful, Ray,
just the
man.
slightest
Once
bit
they're
behind.
both from the 6 or and 6 wheat, it's
Does
fucking-
steal from Ray. If he got the
Fuck.
wheat from Ray, that
It's
would
fucked.
that would be crushing for Ray.
Unless the
But
6s just don't roll for the whole
we'll
game.
see.
It's a fucking situation.
Couple of fantasy discussions in the chat. Griffin got the road builder. We do see that 6-3 3-1 port. That is massive. A 3-1
Now I'm
port is
definitely in fucking rough.
huge,
It's just a 6 or
for his
kind of
position.
thing to me.
right? You're able to
Yeah, I guess
port
so.
anything you don't need now.
if you're,
You'll end up getting the sheep port if
off
you
the
need
6.
it. The wheat port
Yep.
is huge now.
Yep.
Me
We
and Griffin have
long term
almost
we could get the
exact
dream,
same setup
right?
now,
The
except
city,
there's a
the
3-1
settle,
port.
the city,
Like,
pumping out cities every
Or no,
6
yeah.
roll. So that is massive. What a card to pull if you're
I do
Griffin. You
think
got
it's
to be
marginally
stoked about that.
I agree with Rodo.
Got to be
yeah.
stoked. Yeah, window gone. That is massive. Yeah, that's huge.
Especially since he has the backdoor road play now.
Yeah, and like ABH just said, he's got a backdoor road play. He can just play all the way around the coast here. Have a great network.
Yeah. So we're waiting on.
He's got
Rose to
ports. He's got devs. I mean, it's
He went Rose
looking
console
good
game,
for
man. All of
Griffin.
them drop a
That's a
road
massive
pool there.
pickup in the 12 rolls.
Boom.
You love to see it.
No.
That's a good question, son. Do you really need the 3-1? You know, maybe
Did
it
he
could have
get it?
just been a
Did I
slightly
get what?
bit
What was
more
he at?
patient.
Wood.
He
Right?
made effective
I thought
Tried to
it might
road
be
settle the
fishing for
6-3
wood.
and then road
I
builder
think
up
he's
to
settled.
double the wheat. Maybe.
Well, if I got
But
the
I do
wood,
think
that'd be
the
good.
3-1 long term
I can
is
break
good
my block
here.
and break, so.
I think, you know,
Oh, that's even
I kind of always
Yeah,
like
fair enough.
having one. Maybe he's going to, if this 9 brick is blocked, he's going to end up having a lot of wood that he doesn't need. If this 12 keeps rolling, he's going to have a lot of wood that
we
he doesn't
simply
need.
cannot stop.
Right?
He's got
So
the stupid.
I like the 3-1 port. But
Been a slow
I
start.
wrote down
He's
on the
still
6 or.
Hey, man, what do you
maybe.
got? I got ore. Is there a deal we can work out?
2 rows of curve.
I have sheep
Yeah. It's
and 1 wood.
It's interesting, you know. Everyone's got their own play style. Some
Yeah,
people
I mean,
love the
we-
3-1.
Why
Some
do you
people
ore for
don't
wood? I could
necessarily
wait on more
think
wood.
they need
Because
them.
you're not firing me, so I don't.
I think I would have probably done the same. if I was
Nah,
in
it's not
Griffin's
wood I
shoes,
need,
but
bro.
yeah.
Um,
And now we see a couple
I have
of
multiple sheep.
people doing
I
a
want to do sheep.
big
for
action
roll.
here. ABH maybe falling just the slightest bit behind,
That still
but
doesn't help me settle there with that.
everyone's
that
got
big
something
roll.
to play for here. And again,
Okay.
this is the major
So
leagues.
we'll-
No one's
we'll wait
no one's
till
ever
your
out
turn.
of
We'll
it,
see what
right?
you want.
Everyone's here for a reason.
Yeah, we'll wait.
These
we'll
are the
see what
best of the
happens.
best. And literally, these are the best of the best in the tournament, right? If we look up at the top here, we are talking about
Now we can talk.
7 wins already on this table. About to be 8
Um,
wins on this table through the first 3 rounds. I mean, this is an
Yeah, I don't
incredible
see the
game,
Hunter
and we're just
getting
getting
to the
started.
hole here.
Just getting started. Should
Yeah,
use the
I'll
road
do-
builder
I'll
to go to
do
the
straight up
sheep port.
eventually.
Yeah, double out,
Settle.
pick up the 312.
Settle
Maybe.
for 1 ore to hold.
Or maybe
Like,
was there
it's
ever
not
any
bad,
consideration to holding that road builder for the
I want, like, a
4311?
Like teensy bit more.
Maybe it would have been too slow because Frey was
Uh,
really close to this
Non-block?
Rayman, if you
4311.
accept, I'll
Well,
probably just accept straight up. Yeah.
And everybody accepts. Everybody
I'm
accepts.
still trading with Rayman.
Ray was-
over you there,
Straight up.
Griff, anyway.
I know,
The
but I
one
was,
to
I was
get
just gonna
the
say
deal
if
through.
Rayman just
And that's the settle. ABH
wants to
needed
do
that.
more, I'd accept.
Right, that's a
straight
great
up,
settle
so
for
we could-
ABH.
we could do
Does
no
give
for
a
now if you wanted
ore to Rayman, which he doesn't produce, but he also doesn't produce any wheat, so it might be sitting in his hand for a
Okay.
little bit. All right, Road Dogg, where are you blocking? I think we might see either
Happy
10
to
wood or
trade
11
wood,
wheat.
though.
I'd say.
I think that
I'd say 10 wood or 11 wheat.
maybe we block on the right side of the board.
Homies hate Road Builder.
I'm gonna do.
Oh, you want to turn this? You want to turn this into a 2 2?
I don't love it, but I
Well,
just,
it's just like that's
you know,
how the
devil's
board's laid
advocate.
I think that
Maybe it was an option.
It's okay.
Because you do have the
I think
sheep
that you and
port.
ABH are in
You know,
like
all about play styles, right?
Yeah, it's okay.
Rayman's not.
That block is fair. That's the dev.
It's good now. If I settle the 11 and it's blocked, then we can start catching up.
It's your advantage.
Yeah, that's Rayman's game. Just
All that
weak
top
and
Rayman,
we'll
Yeah.
destroy each
So-
other, and then Rayman wins.
Ray just said if he settles the 11, he can start
My win
catching
is
up.
somehow roll
Here's a
lot
good
of
question.
sixes and have Griffin
If
not
you are
benefit
Ray,
from it. Can we figure that one out?
if you are Ray,
So he
do you
owes me
road settle
1
this
building
4311 to open
services.
2 more road settles?
Okay, perfect.
Well, you do benefit more from
Do you?
the 5.
Or do you think you need the
and
wood port? I think you need the wood
Griff
port.
does.
I
think you need some sort of
we have different
But-
works in this
Again.
game. Like I
Just
feel like
different play styles.
I'm a road player and you're an army player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's just
Yeah,
do some
I-
crazy
I-
math here.
It's true, Red Dog. As long as
I
Griff
think-
stays in his lane, it's a fair fight.
I think Ray's gonna have to
It's
come
not-
around the
it's not
coast
if
here,
Griff tries
right,
to
for the
go
longest
double
road.
play.
Yeah,
But
like I
If he
pulled
come
the, I
up
pulled,
here,
I pulled the
wrap
first
around,
step road
do some
building. I don't think
loop-de-loop
I'm, like,
over
in
here,
the
maybe.
here.
Loop
No,
11 wheat.
I get it. I just
But again, Griff
I
can
hope
just
you can
come
understand
all
how
the way
from
down
my-
this
Yes, it
coast.
does. It doesn't feel good that I kind of own you on a lot of aspects.
yeah.
Well, and there's the added benefit, Griff. If he keeps robbing you, I'll probably keep robbing you as well, Griff. But if he starts robbing me, then
Yeah,
I
yeah.
could start robbing him, which would
All
just
right,
be
what
bad
are we
for
talking
him.
about in the chat?
Ray, do you need
You
a
can
sheep
road
at
settle
all?
10-11 anyway
Before
as
we
Ray,
have-
yeah.
I
I
have
like the 10-11.
So
To close this out is Ray thinking sheep port after the 4-3-11. I'm thinking maybe you got to work your way there as well. You know, need some 10s and 8s, and you're practically there.
Got it.
Breaks the road. The sheep port with eventually the
just
wood
pass
port
with
will
the
be
road.
great.
Yeah, I don't know where you're
And I
going.
agree with that, Sunset. Griffin's going to really be looking. He's not going to be looking at the sheep port maybe for a little bit. It's going to be doubling up the
How
6
does
right,
that-
right here. So we do see the settle come down for Ray.
insurance.
And
I wanna
that
drop
does
road to
put
the
him
wheat port,
onto
It's not
7
safe.
points.
Oh.
Insurance.
How much can you insure me? For
Uh,
2 cards.
Looking for some insurance? Okay.
So we could.
But keep in mind, you being on 8's definitely saving you from a rob at the moment.
if
I mean,
you-
I'm not sure I'm definitely robbing you, but it puts it on the table if you get insurance.
I mean,
Is
I'm
that a
just saying
real
if
threat
I-
from ABH? Is he ever robbing Road
I mean, I would
here?
need to get down to like 5 for it to make sense.
Maybe.
because all my rolls are
Maybe,
2 cards
but
right
I
now.
think if we look at the setups, right?
Then you
decent,
can
right?
go
Does
over-
Griffin not just
So I don't know if
currently
it
in the
makes
current state have everything Road Dogg
sense.
has,
I know,
except a
I'll
little
pass
less
that.
wood, right? Road Dogg's doubled up on the wood. So I don't know. I think that's an empty threat, and we do see ABH rob Griff.
Oof.
No punishment from
nines.
Road Dogg, and the
ABH.
9s.
I'm interested in wheat.
Yes.
Let's come in, check on the dice. 9s are the second most rolled after the 7.
I guess I'm selling wheat. What's the
6
deal?
only rolled once. 8 only rolled once.
That does not-
Everybody not loving those. Not loving those numbers. All right, everybody wants some more. Rayman's probably looking for some brick. I mean,
I
yeah,
could do like
yeah.
something like this.
All right, issue with it. Ray's setup. It doesn't have the resources to trade. Yeah, I kind of agree with that,
Yeah.
Julio. He's kind
You
of
got a
just
wood
having to
from
play
me,
his
definitely.
own game. No one really needs his brick.
I did get a wood from
The
you.
only person who might
I
want
just
his
dropped a
wood is
road
ABH, but he doesn't
and
need
give
a
you the
ton of
information
it,
pass.
right? It's it's
Just out of
tough.
curiosity, where are you
So
pointing the road? Because I feel like I'm
312 or
as stupid
1011
as that. I'm
stay
kind of running
open.
out of spots.
Ray can win. Agreed.
Um,
Agreed.
I was planning on the 10-11, but I'm open to a conversation. But nothing.
Okay,
There's no
here we
conversation at
might
the
see a
moment until
potentially
Road Dog makes up.
conversation.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll do
ABH
this.
looks good because Roe always has to worry about
Okay, I'll
Griff.
give
I
you the
agree.
insurance in a second.
I agree.
Rayman,
That
funny.
was the insurance.
Very
Oh, that
difficult
was the
Yeah.
insurance. Yeah.
for
What
Rodog
is
to block Griffin without
what,
lawyer
I'm
himself.
assuming you want me to
Except
leave
on the
the
9
10-11.
brick,
Yeah,
and
what's the proposal?
it's not that great of a block.
yeah,
for,
I think so
for
because
Rodog, right?
otherwise,
Maybe the
if
10
Griff
would,
gets
so.
312, I only have one more settle spot.
And there's
So
Well, I can
I think
respect that.
there's Ray
yeah.
already
Yeah, what do you say?
looking
So I could, if
potentially
you
at
want
the
to build
312
up to
long
the
term.
safe settles, we don't race. I could maybe give like 1-for-1 road material trades or whatever, so you can actually.
Yeah.
You don't feel like you're.
Do you have a
I know.
Do you have a road in hand right now?
Man, don't see how
Yeah,
anyone
I
gets
do.
road but Ray. Lundy, you know,
here's a
I think the
2 for 2.
potential, the only other potential that I see is
I'll
Griff coming
take
around
the
the
deal.
coast here. But if Ray comes over to the
No,
Sheepport,
and you're building
I
up
don't see it
to
as a
8-9
I'll build
reality.
up. I'll build up to yeah.
And
Let's stick to it.
So let's see where ABH goes here.
That's a really good
And
spot.
So now
I like this. I love this for ABH
you guys want to help me get
I
the
love
3-1
because
or Wheatport?
Why don't you go to 8-2?
because you double the 8,
Oh, I guess.
which
Yeah,
is
I could do that
incredible,
too.
right?
8-2 is how you actually like win our
This city will be
Yeah.
free card off the 8, free card
If he
off
gets
the
the
9,
Brickport,
another
you
road
go.
settle, easy.
That's
Settling the
not necessarily
Brickport.
true.
Once this city comes down,
six
5 is a
roll
free
on
card.
that.
I mean,
I don't know
that's
what-
great.
I
That's
would
great.
need like your help for that.
Wake me up when
I've got
Griff
two
uses the
roads.
3 to 1. With a lack of 6s, might be some
I
time.
can't help because it violates
might be
the
some
spirit
time.
of my agreement with ABH.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't.
So this would be the trade, Griff, and then
Yeah, that gets you there right now, though. Like that. What else is there?
well, if I don't
I'm nowhere near the settle right now.
So it sounds
he's
like I wasn't paying
a 5
attention 100%.
plus.
He's not. I know his hand. He's not
But
that far
is this
off, but,
potentially the 8 too?
Yeah, they're like a little. What's
Do I
on top of
need to give you the
Yeah,
odds
yeah.
of
I know this.
3 rolls rolling?
I know there's gonna be something on top of this. I'm thinking on the 6.
Yeah,
I
like
just-
I have to give my wheat to Rayman on the 6, so maybe that wheat and an ore on the 8, maybe, or like I
Yeah,
don't
this
know.
is the 8 too.
I was
non-blocks are good.
This is
I
the
was
8
just gonna
2
say
right
like I
here.
give you my 6 roll for
That's too much for Griff to
card
get
or
into. He's
something.
on the same roads
Like
as
a
Ray,
grand.
you know.
so then like it's
Maybe
really good
Griff
for
likes this trade because
You're basically giving Red Dog the game grip.
this
if you
is
do
a
this.
great settle
No,
for
Document
no,
ABH.
I'm probably
Great
I
settle
mean,
for
that's obviously
ABH, and
that's
probably gonna
not
have to-
true.
it
I don't really
keeps
care what you're
Rob
saying
you.
right now, ABH.
keeps Rodog
Okay,
off a
that's
3 to 1
that's
port.
fine. That's
I can
fine.
do 8.
But
I can do 8 on the.
You're
or
making
on the
an
8
enemy
if
if
you'd
you're
rather do
Griff.
that,
You are
or-
making
and I
a
can throw
big
non-block
enemy in
too. I
ABH
don't know.
if you do this trade as Griff. I don't think it
Okay,
goes
and you're
through.
never going to the 6.
Wow.
Yeah.
Never going to the 6. We see it go through. That's a big trade right there. I mean, not only do we just see ABH waste 2 roads, completely wasted, right?
I swear, if you fucking rob me too.
Yeah.
He
I'm
lost
not-
the
I'm not
10-11.
That's fair.
Well, he didn't lose it, but it takes so much longer.
I'm fucked now.
The 8 is now a block, but he can't block it because he's not going to rob ABH. That could be the play of the game right there, potentially. Crippled ABH, sure. Did it do a whole lot for Rodog? Maybe. Right, you get a little bit of extra ore, but now this ore's a target. So does it do a ton for you? It's good to have just to keep away
Rayman, you
from
want
ABH
insurance?
for sure.
I
But
want port
now we
service
see,
for sure.
this loss right here for ABH, and
trying
ABH
to
could have
figure out a
gone
deal that
towards
gets
10-11,
me
and
a
now
road.
he's only got one settle
Um,
left
I
now
mean, the wood
if you're
over-
ABH.
I need both after
So-
that. So
Yeah. Yeah,
I
that's
have
yeah.
multiple
big trade.
So
Not amazing for
You wanna
do,
Roe.
like-
I tend to agree. 6 week gets
Oh, but I
hammered.
have 3
Yep.
sheep to trade.
So now Roe's on
That's
every
like
major
different
block
port-
number in the
that's like
game.
any card.
He's on both 6s, which, quite
Okay.
frankly, the
Walker,
robber
what
might
are you
just
thinking?
bounce. If it's ABH and Ray, they're just going to bounce
I
it
got my
between the
wheat
6s.
robs, so I want to start collecting.
And
those,
then,
you-
and
I do
we
like-
just heard that Ray lost the wheat.
Alright,
It sounds
how
like
about this?
from
Just a straight
the
one
Griffin
for one.
Steel.
I
He
port
lost the
your
wheat, which
sheep.
hurts.
You get a wheat.
And then we saw
Yeah.
You're making like a
That
brick
works.
or something.
the 8
I don't
Nah,
want
could
to
just
I
get
would-
blocked as well. So
I
we're
would
on
run
all
it.
of the major
pop is fine.
blocks
I
if we're
just didn't
Roe.
want to give away a
So-
sheep for.
We'll see. We do see a dev here. ABH
What
pacing
over?
army nicely.
I don't know.
Pacing
There's
army
been like
nicely.
no 8s.
And there's the 8.
Well, there's it all.
So again, that's the second 8 of the
I
game.
know,
6 has
you
only
can
rolled
ignore.
once. And Roe
Well, I don't know.
profiting
Griff, do you want
Profiting
this or,
already
or those 6 or?
off of the
I want
8.
the 6.
So that's good. But it goes
Okay.
towards...
But I don't want to
Goes
decide
towards
right now,
Griffin.
to be honest, you have one card.
Well,
goes
if I'm
towards
giving
Griffin.
Rayman like a 2-for-1, then
Yeah, I mean you can trade with him now. That's fine.
Yeah, 3-1 has been
Yeah, I
used,
love
but
that.
that was
You want,
ABH's
like,
3-1.
a
Not
road?
Griffin's 3-1.
yeah, that's fine with
A
me.
little bit different. Road for an ore, okay.
City? No, you're not. You're not close to city yet, right?
And we
I
see
have a
Road
settle,
Dog
yeah,
protect
so that's
what
what
will
I
be his last settle of the game. Whether or not it
He's
comes
got-
down
he's got
anytime
two
soon,
Rob-
it doesn't really
Rob-
matter.
So-
But he's not
Okay.
getting to the
Yeah,
6
I was
ore.
just
Let's
curious.
just be realistic here. So that will be his last settle of the game.
Do you trade a brick for insurance?
We've
right?
seen 11 roll. The 11's rolled. I feel like the 11's been kind of hot.
For an
Oh, only twice,
I don't
but
have any
a
order.
wheat for everyone except for Mr. Rodog. The
I
Dewey
need to
count
practice that
is
out.
ABH has played tonight,
You have more
bot
than one
and
brick.
Dev, and
I don't.
Griffin has
Oh, you
played
traded
the
it. You
road
traded-
builder.
you traded
So
the
just the
road.
one road
Wait,
builder, just
who's
the one
still
hideout
icing
so
the
far,
wheat, Rayman?
and one down Dev.
Griffin on a 6, but I don't think he's gotten it yet.
I mean,
Technically-
I have the wheat if you want to get it over with.
Oh no, it's fine.
Technically, I owe Rayman the 6 wheat. 'Cause it
Oh, you
goes
both
to-
owe
So
Rayman a wheat.
we're talking
No,
a lot
no,
here.
Griffin wanted
I
to
owe,
Rayman one.
you know, Rodog thinks he owes Rayman a wheat.
It's a
I feel like I heard
difference.
earlier Griffin owes Griffin owes Rayman a wheat. There was a big trade. There was a big future discussion. I'm losing track.
So
I'm
no,
losing track. Maybe
you're
someone else
chilling.
can track it better than me. This is why I put my
Let me
deal in the
think some
chat.
more.
If it's a good deal that I want, right? If it's someone else giving me it,
Don't
like
have
if
anything
I owe
because
someone
I
else,
could
I
give
won't put it
them
in the
a
chat.
maybe,
That's on
but-
them.
Yeah.
But if it's my deal,
I
I'm
think
you best
making
believe
you
I'm putting that in
choose
the chat.
Between settle or hold.
We're getting
or
lost here.
If
Ugh,
if you
man.
7 is fine.
Definitely
Oh,
something
Dewey
more.
versus Dealey. How
Oh,
many
yeah, of course.
twos have rolled?
Just,
Just one two. Just
The
one
brick
two.
situation.
But now we're
Honestly,
doubled up on
the
it, right?
settles come to him pretty
Dewey,
easily.
Dewey.
I don't imagine Rayman
Dewey on the
would be
Dewey.
dying
So,
on that.
my bad.
Yeah, that's why I'm
Rolls
curious.
through.
That's,
You're
that's
right.
why I'm curious if I can get that brick out of you, because like there's a good chance.
This
to
is
get
why you
another
put deals in chat.
I would
Exactly
give
why,
like
100%.
3 cards
I
for
agree.
an ore if you could finagle one from somewhere.
one. I could turn it into an ore. I could turn your cards into an ore, but nothing else.
All right, wood, brick, sheep for an ore.
Woodwood brick
I don't
sheep
have
for
three
an
of
or that sounds like Rayman wants a
We
city
tried.
that he did
Yeah, it's all
not
good.
get.
Okay, if I 7, I'll just extort someone for ore. I don't know who has.
Nobody has ore.
Rayman said he will extort
Actually,
for an
yeah,
or if he sevens out. ABH has an
He's
or.
not
I
going
give
to
him
I
trade.
have one, but I won't be
500
trading it.
Does he seven out? He does not seven out. 4 is blocked, right? That's
Are
2
you
wood
sure?
no longer in Rodog's hand. Are we
I
about to
mean,
see a crazy
It's
trade for
Rayman.
your
a
Let's-
score?
lucrative deal.
We might.
Let's
It'd
give
have to be a
Rayman the
lucrative
first city.
deal, bro.
First city in the
I'm
game.
okay
to
with this.
Rayman.
After the shit you guys pulled, I don't give a shit.
we might
I mean, that'd be
we
pretty
maybe
good
see
deal,
some
right?
emotions
Like,
coming through
that'd be
here.
something that really fucking makes it worth my while.
Yeah.
Okay.
We might see a monster trade.
well, off
You know,
you.
after I would
This is
say call
starting.
monster trade number 1, the
We can
A2.
add, like,
We might see monster trade
stipulations.
number 2 here to get Ray the city and ABH some juice. Might see it.
Fuck.
Trade the 10-11 spot for an ore.
How
I
much wooden
agree.
brick do you possess?
That could be a deal
Wood,
I would be
one
interested in. But does Rayman ever do that? Probably
And
not,
2 sheep.
because
I'm
he wants this wood port, right? And he kind
It's a
of
one
wants
old
to wrap
piece.
the 11 wheat,
Yeah.
I would think.
Right.
He probably wants to
You
settle
can
10,
add,
11,
like-
Okay,
round
here's-
11 wheat to
here's-
just
here's my
have that road
situation.
network
So,
just a little
want
bit longer. I think losing
this
out on
plus
the 10,
insurance.
11 if you're
I think that
Ray
deal makes sense
is
to me.
crushing. And a 4 to 1.
Not plowing me, of course.
Not plowing you.
A 4 to 1. ABH says he is
That
not
deal
plowing.
makes sense if he does give you the settlement.
Does not ask for
Spot.
insurance.
I have one.
Risky.
sheep, so.
And we see the 8, 10, 4.
Yeah, right. Just
This is the first
yeah,
city
how
on the
much
board
did
is
you-
coming from someone who
5.
only made 1 wheat all
4.
game, right off the 11. I made 0 war.
4 for 1.
That's the Rayman difference. Gets that first city on the game. And we see another 8. So
So
ABH just got a 4 to 1 trade,
wheat.
and he rolled the ore straight back. Straight back. That's
Trust you.
you got to feel decent about that. So what did he get? He got a road, a spare wood he doesn't make, and a sheep. He's got a bunch of wheat in hand. I mean that was.
Are you trading? Are you
that's
trading
huge.
that ore, Red Dog?
And ABH now sounds like he's looking for a city. Maybe we see another, 3 to 1 trade here for the ore. So ABH plops the city down. If you're Road Dog,
Yeah,
do you ever do that? I
I
don't
can't
think you
really
do.
give you much.
I don't
Other
think you
than
do.
I won't just jack you for it.
Maybe. Oh. It sounds like maybe
Yeah.
ABH has a
Do you
knight.
have like city road settle?
I don't have city road settle. I would be sitting instead of settling if you gave me the trade.
So it sounds like
you're
ABH is
road,
going
so-
for a road settle.
I mean,
It would
what
have
do
to
you
be
give
on the
me?
9 wheat
Because
unless
you're
it's
in a
going to
pretty good
non-bind, which
That is the best
maybe he
city
does.
So
But
if
I
you
mean,
want,
he
I
wants
can
the
give you-
city more.
if you want to rob me and give your knight away, that's fine. I'm not giving you an ore for sheep.
Yeah,
If
you
get
can't do
robbed,
this if you're
right,
Row.
and give up your protection.
Row,
and get it.
I
If you
think-
wanna give me like a 2 to 1 or
I think
3
we're in the
makes
position
sense, then
where, yes, Rowe picked up the 8-2, but
Trying to see if that makes sense.
he maybe has fallen
Um,
a little behind
Okay,
now.
I guess they might
Both
have
him
to
and
merit.
Griffin, it's simply due to the lack of the
not
sixes,
like
right? They're both coordinated on the sixes, and they
worst
just haven't
thing
been
in the
rolling.
world.
So, is Rodog going to give into
Um,
extortion here? It's his only ore for a sheep he doesn't love, but ABH threatening to play
Or
the
if I give you
knight,
this
it's
trade and you
probably
move
going to
the
go on the
knight off of me
6.
completely.
I don't know. Oh, okay.
I think
Rodog's
I'd rather
saying
just
yes.
steal from you because like the whole point of taking the trade is to save the night. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with ABH there. If
Yeah,
he's
but
going to play the
then
knight, it's to get the
you
ore that
get it
he
cheap.
wants, right? So,
It's kind of what an extortion is.
And yeah, that is
I think
true,
that's
ABH.
fair enough. I think your rejection of it is fair enough. I just
I think
okay, and we do see
I
it. So
guess
we do see the
reason
city.
behind it is you block the player in a better spot, right, man? But
We do see the city come down.
yeah, I'm not really concerned about Rayman. Rayman didn't plow my ass.
Interesting.
to be entirely honest.
ABH is not concerned about
Like, all the
Rayman.
Bucks give it about
Um,
Rayman is 0.
But Rayman's on 5 points. Best road potential. We see a city road and instant payout off that city. Double ore. Force.
Well,
Ray,
it's not great.
Rayman is just
Ray the
cooking in the
Ripper.
cards right now.
Yep.
You get a card. You get a card. No, only if your name is Ray.
I'm
Are
gonna
you getting
4
a
to 1
card?
my bricks.
Only
I
if
can
your
give you a-
name is Ray, you get a card. He's got so many
that's
cards.
just a good-
Too many
and
cards.
our deal is done also.
But unfortunately,
Deal.
no
You
port
got it, buddy.
to make the cards worthwhile.
I was gonna 4 to
right.
1. So
Yeah.
the other deal that I was
That's
going to
interesting.
suggest is
And this is
I'm
exactly
gonna
how
4 to
Ray
1
wins.
anyway,
Yeah,
so
he
if you
got
want
unblocked, and
the 3
now
to 1
he
for
just
me,
bang
just
bang.
keep
He's
the
getting
brick.
some great rolls. That'll help.
I'll do
That'll
that
help.
if you don't go to 312.
Potentially
Yeah, well, right now I'm settling 10, 11.
looking at a deal
Then I
here.
probably have to connect to prevent the double play.
Yeah, ABH, the only one who has played any knights. He's played 2 of
Nah,
them.
guys, I'm gonna take Road
He's
for a
got,
win.
he's got four
Yeah.
roads as
Oh my
well.
God.
I don't think the double play
Okay.
is very much.
So
of a
yeah,
threat,
I'll just
but-
do the 4 brick for the
the
wheat,
wheat.
and
Oh, yeah, sure. No need to port.
4 brick for a
you
wheat.
have to port for.
And Griff gets the settle. That's huge, right?
I still want you to poke Griff.
I can't
That's
just
assuming
pass.
the 6 rolls, right? The 6 has been deathly quiet.
yeah, I think you port
Yeah, I
for
mean,
a
just
wheat.
very, very quiet.
Alright, sounds good.
And I think that wheat is going back to Ray. And we see the Dewey.
Fucking 2.
We see the Dewey. That's big,
My
right?
advantage is rolled.
Row needs a lot of those.
It's rolled.
He needs a lot of those. 8s are no longer good for Row, right? He's
The
losing
8's
profit.
rolled. The 6
The
is rolled.
ABH
The 6
is
is rolled once,
much better.
so we're looking good.
6 is no good anymore
That's
either.
the only reason why I'm
And
not
we see
having
Rayman
it
just
now.
kind of coming around, looping
My
around the
question
11.
is, are you still not concerned about Rayman?
I think we're getting there.
And we see a 5,
I'll
right?
follow that in the things I don't care about department.
So is this another settle for
That was
ABH?
very devastating for my game rating.
He'll care once he locks down Army and realizes that he's in a perfect spot to win.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm sure that
Right now, it's almost with due to the lack of 6s. We're almost looking at a 1v1 here. ABH versus Rayman. We see a dev.
Okay.
There's got to be some 6s to breathe life into ABH,
Ruffy.
or not ABH, Griff and Road Dogg. At least we get a 7 if we're Road Dogg 2
What do you think
played
block
off the
is, Griff?
6, right? 3 players on
Well,
4 after an
9
hour.
weeks,
Yeah,
maybe.
we are
9
1
weeks,
hour
maybe.
in.
I mean, it could be Ray.
And getting
if
into the
they
mid,
do
little bit of the
I
mid game
I
here.
have one sheep in hand. I think we
I
could.
could
Do we
a-
see a quick
non-
end to this
Yeah,
game?
yeah.
I think probably not.
Yeah, you should never do
I think we're in here for a little bit longer.
Oh, you're
For
just
sure.
gonna rob my ore. Okay.
Road Dogg
Yep.
gets an ore. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, ABH have his double play
All right,
window. It is a
What
window.
was all that talk about Rayman being?
I think it's a fairly small window though, because
for my 4-2, and you're in a good spot.
Griffin
It's
could
you
just
and
drop a
Rayman
road to
is my-
take road.
is what I'm pointing out here.
His network
shouldn't
is
be
is
worried
not
about
super long, and he's out of settles
I'm not
after the
even
9
Rayman
week,
or Rayman,
right?
so-
So
Yeah, just
if
about
he plays a
worried
9 to
about
6,
If all your
road to
comebacks
8,
on what I say, just
he's
wanna
got to
be
go.
something petty about me plowing you.
Settle
and
City or Settle Dev.
our conversation's going to go
VPs.
nowhere.
It's
but-
all just a waste of time.
Alright.
I don't know
It's
why.
there, but
Nah,
it's
fair
small.
Fair enough.
Agreed, Agron. Yeah.
Okay.
You
is
got
there
to.
weed out
You
there?
can't forget about it though. Not that any of these
I've won.
players would.
I don't know why.
You gotta-
what
just
I
gotta
would
keep an
trade
eye on
for.
it.
Doesn't really make sense.
Check the pulse of it.
Well, I'm going to probably.
Figure one out.
Again, this is the Major Leagues here.
4-2
If you're new here, this is Major League Catan.
So
$1,200 on the line. We have the
Like,
essentially top of the
maybe if you want
leaderboard right
this.
here. Slots
Maybe
1, 2, and 3 all on
four
2
sheep,
wins,
because I
and
have a
ABH
set of 3 to 1 in my
potentially
hand.
being the only player
That's it.
to go
That
2
doesn't
for
work
2.
for me,
This is his second game here.
Like
Yeah, I mean,
all these
lot on the
trades
line
you're
for this
offering me
game.
just like
This
do a
is
lot for
potentially
you
the
and
biggest
nothing
game
for
of
me.
the tournament
I
so
owe you,
far.
I owe you the next 6. So
This
6
one,
rolls of city in your hand.
huge implications when it comes to
And you're sitting
playoffs.
the 6, so there is extra
Me?
benefit.
Woodport
Me?
VP
No, this is a
pull
sub.
could be big as well.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't have
the Woodport's going to cook. A VP for Rayman is
Uh,
massive. If he
what
can get
sure.
his hands on a
Yeah,
VP,
I
that is
can't
huge.
afford that
huge.
trade.
Okay.
David George, yes. If ABH wins this game, he's got his third
Should I
game
do that?
right after this one
I
on
can't pass.
David George, his channel. Make sure you tune into that. He could go 3 for 3. I mean, we could see it tonight. I mean, it would
My
be
turn.
it would be crazy. All right, hold up. We just saw Road Dogg port 2 ore for a wheat. Wow, we saw we saw him port a 2 for a wheat to settle the 3 to 1.
This one-
Interesting. He's banking on some 2s, and I hope he
Non-steal
gets
for
them.
non-steal
That'd be
with you,
awesome.
Griff, if you want it.
That'd be awesome.
I have one sheep. You can
6 is starting to hit. We do need
I mean,
some
you're probably going to
6.
get sheep from me too, like,
Yeah,
but this way you get a
8
non-steal.
to 6 low
And
roll.
I do
yeah.
have a 9,
Yeah,
but we'll be
Okay.
playing it.
it's a great city.
That's good. I think you
Non-
should rob Rayman if he has cards.
Non-steal for non-steal
my zero
Um,
cards.
is what we just got. Rayman, where do you go if you're Rayman? I think we go to the end
My
order
lucky
here.
day.
I think
I'll give
it's
you a non-block for non-block, Rayman.
a non-block for non-block. Do you ever do
I
that if
think
you're
I just need
Rayman?
to force
No
this night
shot,
out
no
before
shot.
people-
We've got to test the dev here.
How about just a non-steal, and I'll still play it and not block you. Non-steal for non-block.
ABH does
So we're
not want to lose his
double-jacking me
cards.
instead of the-
Ray, you got 0 cards right now. Like this card doesn't
Oh,
matter
yeah.
to you.
Interesting.
I mean, that argument.
Yeah, but this is a non-block. I'm
I don't
gonna do a
think
non-block, Rayman.
you know ABH
Yeah,
maybe.
okay. I'll take the non block just because. I mean, Griffey did rob me, so it's not like.
Wow. We see Road
I'll
Dogg
take
get
another
robbed
block.
here over ABH. Interesting. We see Army.
I at least got my all back.
Rayman somehow gets a non-block out of that. The 6 is now blocked,
I don't
so
know. I don't know what to do.
A, it hasn't been rolling. B, even if it does
I don't
roll,
know either.
it doesn't really matter anymore.
We're
And the
each other
2
out.
players in the best position are only getting better. Oh my gosh.
Well,
ABH will get hit. He didn't, somehow. Kudos to ABH getting out of that one. And the 11 hits. So ABH has got some ore, right? He said he robbed his ore back from Road Dogg. We now just see him get a boatload of wheat. You know, if he could get like a settled dev here, even made it another, just a city here. We've now the double play that we were talking about earlier, maybe not going to happen. Now it's very much a real threat. Very much a real threat.
You taking road, right?
Non-steal for non-steal nonsense. I'm not sure about that. It was a non-steal for a non-block is actually what it was. So Ray didn't steal ABH.
Why don't we just have Griff take it safe right now and Rayman?
I have no road material.
You want? I could trade a road for whatever.
Gives ABH a chance to win maybe ABH's thought is if I can stifle Griffin and Road Dogg and not let them do anything for the rest of the game, the only person I have to worry about is Rayman, right? Does Rayman win before me? Maybe that's what he's thinking.
That gave me settled city road, but that's fine. I don't really care.
So ABH said he had rolls for Settle City Road. So maybe that's why. He was opening himself up a play there. Didn't happen, but
roads, so I can't.
Yeah, that would just get road settle and you're at 9 points.
Just like that.
That's great.
That'd been crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. All right. We all win or lose if you're ice.
That non-steal.
I guess so. Ray and ABH are allowing the gap to get bigger. I agree. This 1v1 is only getting
worse.
worse.
I was getting Jack LeFront center if I didn't make those deals.
Wow. And another 8. That's a city if ABH wants it. But maybe he doesn't, right? Rayman drops 2 roads for 9 points.
Not to
and he's got the Woodport now.
Justify what they're doing, but they're probably giving themselves each.
They're playing the 50-50 game. It just sucks. Or 6 rolled one time.
Yeah, it does. You got to feel for Griff and Road Dogg here. Only 1/6 the whole game. It's brutal. You hate to see it, and both on 7 points. ABH could potentially be on 8 points here, and another 8.
He did have Settle City.
It's tough. Road Dogg and Griff. No. How do you come back if you're Road Dogg or Griff? Is it possible?
I had 5 over.
Are you the Chiefs? In the last minute of the third quarter here, if you're Road Dogg and Griff, who have no chance against the Eagles, no chance, you might be. Sorry, I had to say it.
Your city.
Had to say it.
I don't know.
Oh
man,
6 bricks. So
it's tough. Yeah. This is after that is true. It's after ABH wasting 2 rolls. That's brutal. That's brutal.
This is what empties my.
Fly, Rayman, fly. Him and ABH are both flying here.
Makes sense.
I can't give 2 weeks.
Change to a better dice algorithm platform.
Wow.
I think this is a city trade. This is a city trade.
The city needs to come back to me.
Yeah, I know.
And
which spot?
And Griff says, you know what? We're screwed here. So yeah, I'll give you the city.
Dude. I don't fucking care.
Where do you city if you're Road Dogg?
I think I have to do the 6-5 too.
I think. Yeah, you got to go for the production and hope some 2s roll. Right, that's your only chance. Now Griffin extends road here. Rayman on 12 cards.
Yeah, it's game for Ray.
He just got a bunch of wood. He got a bunch of brick.
I have the wheat for Josh, so
we might see the 312.
I have a brick.
Oh no, we won't see the 312 because Ray is out of settles.
What do you guys think about some free cards from ABH? Kind of force his hand a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what has to be done, I think.
Rayman planting the seed of get some free cards from ABH. Does ABH ever get free cards here though? Does Ray have a chance to win on this turn? He's got some wood. He's got some sheep. I think his only chance is Papa Dev, get a VP, drop 2 roads for road. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if he goes to the middle at 7, if he wraps around at 7. So 3 roads and a Dev could potentially be the win. But yeah, Ro got a bet on the Dewey. 100% agree with that. ABH can't sneak road. He might not want to feed it. That is very true.
He said he had 6 brick and then the 4 rolled. So I think he's pretty fucking close.
That's very true.
Well, yeah, you can get the roads, but you can get the city as well.
And there's
at least the dev. It's at least the dev.
I think ABH right here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
How many roads are you building?
2 roads gets ABH.
I'm trying to build 2 more roads.
Maybe.
Unless you can build
So
three
Griff,
more roads, it's
Griff
not
just
really
dropped one road, right?
Well, I can.
Worth it.
Just throw some cards at me. Man.
Maybe-
Like, can I at least get a free brick right now? So
Maybe
we can
if Griff
extend
had
the
been
timer?
able to drop
you
3
can get a
roads
free
or
brick
block
right now.
disconnect,
Just
ABH
ask
would have
for
been more
ask for some
inclined.
shit. Yeah.
Maybe. And 100%, my guy. This is MLC. It's not over till it's
Well,
over.
I don't
Is
have
anyone truly out of
really
it?
anything
We're
else
talking
that
about
can-
as if
Ro, what do you got?
Roadhog and Griff are out of it.
Two
Are
wood.
they? It's going to take only
ABH, how
6s for
much
the
sheep
rest
do
of the
you
game for them to have a chance. But
The
it could
two.
happen, right? Random dice. You never know.
I can build one more road with a free wood from Rowan and a sheep from ABH. I'll give the ore back, ABH.
Okay, sure.
Bro, free wood. Is that fine?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I owe you a lot right now, but sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And we see this come down just because
You can just
it's
keep
got to
that
extend the
train.
game. Watch that timer. Watch that timer. We do not get extra time anymore. Are we about to see time expired? Oh, in the nick of time, he gets that road
Oh,
off.
shit.
Well done.
You're going that way?
Yep.
Well done.
Okay.
He's not going to go to the 312. He said he wouldn't.
Yeah, but he could still build that like roads that way.
Oh, and a 7 out. That's big. ABH just got
He goes to the
insurance,
middle if he does that.
right? Off that. And
To be honest.
Ray 7's out. If you're
think it's
ABH,
over.
you
We
are
can lock in
loving
here.
that roll right there. Loving
I'm pretty
that
checked
roll. We
out.
see the 9 solo block. No questions asked. Obvious block. Or
It's
maybe
like
the
for
8,
you to
but
even get ahead, like
yeah,
you also have to catch
and
me
we,
up.
he had a Devon
Your
hand.
6 points
Ray
is
had a
not
Devon
good.
hand.
I know.
I missed the ore trade. He must have gotten an ore
weak,
or
but
stolen
it's not
ore,
over.
something way back when. That's huge. We see another knight from ABH. Goes to the 10. That makes sense. And
Nah, I've
drops
punished you guys enough,
and
I think.
another 8. Another 8. This is crazy. 10 might be GG. It very well
Well,
could
he
be
has a wood
GG.
port. That was my logic.
Good job by Griff to extract value. I agree. Agron saying maybe ABH just have one there.
No one
And
has. No one has.
it depends. I think it maybe depends a lot on what this dev is. A lot on what this dev is. We see ABH
Watch
by
me
another
pull all
dev.
nights this game, guys.
But
this is where
what
this
is-
fucking
what
going.
did Ray
Red's
just
gonna
pull?
get all the fucking VPs.
Timmy
It's kinda
believes
needed.
Ray pulled the mono,
Like,
which
I got a knight also.
okay. Ray says he got
a
a
position,
knight,
so like we need to be
that's-
reblocking every time.
That's crazy. And agreed, Sarichin. If there's ever a time for the 6s,
Oh, no
it's
way I
now.
get a W
It is
right.
right now. If our name is Rodog, if our name is Griffin,
Wood and
we
sheep.
need 6s.
brick?
We need a
Probably
lot of them, and we
I'll
need
put
them
brick if
now.
it helps.
You're just gonna pass.
I need the road.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, shit. Yeah, you need the road materials. Never mind.
Like everybody's road material is mine for the
I have
time.
no reason to build a road right now, so I'll hold
6,
it.
7, 8, 9, 10.
Rodog holds onto the road.
Rayman is 12 with 5 roads. 12 roads with 5 roads. But that's not easy. Want to give a free road, Rowan?
And
I
maybe,
get it. I
so
get
Griff
road for
did
cheap.
get 3
I've already
roads on
given
the
free
last
for
turn,
argument
right? He got
last,
1,
Yep.
2, 3.
That's fair.
Oh, I'm just dumb, guys.
Jacking it.
If Griffin had gone this way, Ray still has this way, right? Sorry about that. And we are seeing a little bit of a road
We
batch
blocked
here
the 9.
at 10.
it
Griffin
doesn't make
can get to
sense. I'm
14
moving
it
here,
anyway.
though. He can get to
He has all
14.
brick, and I just can't.
11,
brick
12,
is dead in
13.
my hands.
He can get to 14. Can
Don't
Ray
get
get to
this point.
14? So we see
Nobody's
1, 2, 3,
talking to
4,
me,
5,
so I
6,
don't
7,
want to.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
I have
Ray can get to 15.
If you want that instead.
So
Yeah, but I
Oof.
think they'll non-buying me.
does
No, I mean that's what you. I'm
if
not
Griffin
trading
had
you.
maybe
You
come
have to
this
rob
way
the sheep
around,
from
right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Yeah.
6,
There's no
7,
point in robbing me.
8,
Rowan.
9, 10,
Yeah,
11,
I don't
12,
understand
13, 14.
There is
Griffin
a
could
point
have gotten
because if I see a
15
sheep, I can
had
pop.
he come
I
up
can
around
pop.
this way.
And honestly, a few 6s in succession.
Yeah,
you guys
3,
will
12
right
to 6,
into the
3.
game.
That
Like, it's
that
not like you guys are
could
I think
be
I will because I don't want.
that could
to
be a
bet, then
difference.
I can pop with a sheep. So.
not if Griff goes up to 3, 12 from 6, 10, 12.
Fucking 11.
That's true. Yes, that's true. Yeah, Griffin's gonna have to go this way.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Because Ray can only get
This is
1,
what I
2,
get.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
I'm pretty
10,
sure
11, 12,
this is my
13.
reparations for that one.
So the next
game
2
I won where the
roads
6 rolled like a billion times.
from Griffin have to be up here. They have to be up.
I mean, yeah, luck
That's
does tend
very
to
good
go
cash money.
Holy
in
Great
circles,
catch.
right?
And I haven't been paying attention to the rolls. I apologize, but we're seeing 11. We're seeing 4. You know what we're not seeing? 6. We're not seeing 6. Brutal. So many knights. The deck is on fire. 100% agree. We've seen 6 knights and 1 non-knight here so far. 6 knights, 1 non-knight. The 1 non-knight was a road builder from Griffin.
I'm about to port this brick for an ore, like 3 to 1.
Ouch. Fresh dev for Ray could be a VP.
If someone else.
Could be. I mean, it could be anything, right? It could be another knight. Could be a mono. Could be a yacht.
I don't.
If you're Ray, what are you loving
Trade away
from your
ore
dev?
right
You're
now.
loving a mono, of course. Who doesn't?
That's fair. That's
You're
fair.
The
loving
only trade that would work is 2
you're loving a
brick
yacht.
and 2 sheep for an ore.
You're loving a knight. You're loving anything, honestly. Even a road builder is not bad. You know, dropping these 2 roads. You're not going to plow the 312, which you
But I thought
promised
maybe
Griffin,
if you have another
but you get that
resource
road
every
length
time,
that you
then want
need,
brick instead.
right?
I just want to make sure no one wants it before I've been it. That's kind of where my head's at.
Yeah, I mean, I want it. I just can't afford to trade you for it.
This is
I can
interesting.
give
That
sheep. I can give sheep for
We're
brick.
getting almost. It feels like a bit into
Can you
the
like a
endgame
3
here.
for free? Because then you get the
Again,
brick.
Major League
it's
Catan,
like,
$1,200 on the line.
I
It's
got
felt like a 1v1 there for a bit. Maybe still feels like a little bit of a 1v1, but we're trying to
I
pull
did
Griffin
get a knight,
into this
so
game through the road. We're
he's
trying
in
to
a better
pull
spot than
Roe
me
into this
in
game
first.
with some 6s.
Yep.
We just got to see him
It's
hit.
happened. It's
We
turn.
got to see him hit.
You also have 2 roads in hand, Ray. Like,
We
No, I
do
don't-
see
I don't really,
ABH
but I had
get
to
the dev.
Throw it up on the side.
Do we see ABH get another dev? We see ABH get a city.
he's
We see
gonna win.
ABH clear his hand for a city.
It's far from guaranteed.
You gotta hate
All
when
right,
that
how do you
happens.
wanna do this?
You know, it feels like it's almost too late, but we do see a 6. Thankfully, we see a 6. We finally see a 6. Rodog, when he citied this 625, promised
give a
Griff,
sheep
hey,
for wheat and an ore,
you
I
know, you
guess.
give me the city's
I
coming your
wrote
way
stuff
later.
too.
Maybe we see it happen here.
But maybe I hang on to that for now because you go to 7.
But again, we need to
Yeah.
see some. We need to see some roads from Griffin here.
Don't hang on to too much because if we want to do mono defense, I guess Griff can port on his turn. But
Yeah.
I don't ever port.
So that's the
Yeah.
city for Griffin, right? He just got the
Oh,
2
yeah,
ore in the wheat.
right.
He gets the other ore in the
If we
wheat.
got a mono, we're going to lose.
And we see Rodog dip into the dev deck. Which,
I'm in like point scrap mode.
again,
Yeah.
Rodog says he's
Me
in
too.
point scrap
I
mode,
need to not
but
lose road, and I
you
need
hit
to
like 2 2s and the 6s are coming alive now. You're on 6 points. You get some of those juicy
I have
devs
a
left
road
in the
for you.
deck. You're not in a bad spot. Bro, I think Rodog's back in this thing. I'll say it. I think Rodog is back in this thing. Maybe one more 6, and maybe
Do
one more
extra
2,
ore.
and let's hope ABH and Rayman both have 9s.
I won't know
And
until
let's
I
hope he
roll.
pulled the mono. You know, I don't know.
Yeah.
We just
Well,
witnessed 50%
I mean, I
of
could
the
buy
rolls
another
this game. Yes, we
dev.
did. It's
I guess I can
unfortunate
trade you
we're
an
on
ore
turn.
so you can dev if
I don't
get
even
a-
know what. We're on
a
turn a
free ore
lot.
on the
58,
6 or the 8.
and we just saw the second 6 of the game. That's brutal.
Yeah, I think that's
brutal.
fine, right?
Gotta
And I'll
cast
trade you
thank
a-
you know, I'm trying my best with the casting thing. If you're new here, hit that follow button. I'm trying to get 50 followers in my first month of streaming.
Yeah.
We see a second dev from
Some
Row.
knights.
It's
So
great.
I have my 2 cards are
That's great.
Cool.
hot dog. So just
I don't know. What are we talking
6s
about,
and you're
guys?
back in it.
Guys, what are we talking about?
pretty.
That's the 6.
We'll do
That's
wheat
the
first.
6.
We'll work that.
That's the 6 effect.
So I can build a road and get the
Man.
free ore.
It's this could get very interesting very quick, you know, based on these roads or based on these rolls. This could potentially be some roads for Griff here. Again,
Let's go.
we need to see Griff drop these 2 roads
You
up.
only build 1 road.
As
This way. Yeah,
we saw him.
only one.
We saw him go right on it. So he's at 11. He's at 12 roads dropped. We need to see these 2.
Oh shit. Okay.
Double city. Holy
Still-
mackerel. He's got
Still-
2 open settles to win the game
I'll
here.
just put
Again,
it on
6s
there.
are the difference.
It's fine.
This-
You don't have crits.
It took 2 6s to turn this game upside down, folks.
Rocks.
To turn this game upside down.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
I do think it needs to be on the 6s, bro.
Yeah, and
I'll run 5
I say we
get
need
the
two
6s.
two settles to
No,
win the game.
no,
I lied.
no.
If we're Griffin, we need 2
No.
6s to win the
There's
game.
no cards for him to steal, bro.
Every 6 is
No.
officially a city.
Block Rayman, not me.
2 6s roll,
There's no
2
way you
cities
block
on the
me
board,
over Rayman.
2 more 6s roll, game over for Griffin.
Griffin over me.
Game over for Griffin.
Honestly,
ABH, of course, doesn't want to get blocked here,
You're
but
right,
he is advocating
Griff,
hard
like
for a
2
6,
6s.
and
City every 6.
Like,
you can't necessarily
Rayman's
disagree
back-
with him.
Rayman
see
is
a
further
5.
away than Griff right now.
Does Does
I didn't know
ABH
he was
maybe
like
not have a
fucking
knight here?
city,
Is
dude.
that the
I
concern?
thought it was 2 roads in a city. That's so,
Griff is actually probably closer than all of us because his sequence of rolls for winning is the most probable.
Yeah.
Um,
We see
so
a knight.
putting
Okay,
on the
ABH
six,
has a knight.
It's not a hit
If you're
on-
ABH, you love the missing sixes.
that's what-
You love
I've
the
done
setup
that.
you got. You love how you took army and no one's
Yeah.
ever taken it from you. You don't like how you just pulled 6 knights in a row.
Report makes
It's brutal. We do see the 6 blocked.
What a great trade for me.
There it is. That could have just been 9 points for Griffin there. Wow, great block. Great,
But yeah, like
great
Griff has
block.
a much easier winning.
And
rolls
no, nothing from
Got
ABH.
not knights.
We see no knight from Roe.
Not the good ones.
But not the good ones, he says. Did Roe just potentially pull a road builder? That
Like
would
I said,
stink.
like a couple
That would
sixes and
stink.
like this game is a
You know, I have to think if you're Roe and you... That was game. That we just witnessed
Griff
the
would've won.
game
Just then.
potentially end had
It is
ABH
the right
not had
play.
the night.
I just hope you understand why I'm fucking annoyed with it, you know?
I don't get why you're annoyed.
Wow.
But
I think if you're Roe, you play
I
the
don't know.
you play the
what
road
I'm
builder
supposed to do
there.
about that.
Griffin
Like, the
porting
dude-
down for
We
a
just need
week.
to, I mean,
he
we
had
need Rayman to
6.
try to take road.
He had what 6
I think
ore and
Rayman
a brick.
has a mono or a
So now he's got 3 ore.
Honestly,
I
you're
don't know
right.
what
though,
he's
shooting
got, but
Rayman
yeah,
actually-
wow.
No,
Wow.
I'm getting fucking road.
Is
mean,
I
Ryan
think
was
Julio,
6 road.
Julio, you can wake up now.
He's
I
got a-
believe
he's got
that
a
was the
non-knight.
first 3-1 port. Maybe not, but it's the first one I remember. So
He has a non-knight.
we do see Griff get to use the
You only,
3-1.
you only need 5 roads.
This is getting interesting.
I mean, I
guys.
believe it.
This is getting interesting. Second, okay, fair enough. The second used it once to build a road. You're right. He ported 3 sheep. You're right. If you're Griffin, if you're Griffin,
But yeah, all that.
you've got double settle to win. You've got
Look at
city
this
settle to win.
soon.
You've got double city to
You
win.
guys were-
But you also
maybe Road Dog's doing Glim was fair.
I had to do.
Looky
I
here.
had to do a lot of those trades. Though.
you might get non-binded to buy Rain Man here.
Otherwise, I
If
would
he
just pass
plows
him
the 312, you got
eight
1,
cards,
2,
like,
3, 4,
Yeah.
5, 6, 7,
If you
8. He's
knew
only got a
it was
road
giving
length
him
of
double
8.
city, would you still have done the trade?
And you're hurting.
He
Griffin
has
trying to
2
get
ore.
Griffin
For a
trying to
road.
get a trade
No,
here for a road.
No,
He says.
trade you, bro.
Does Rodog give? No, nobody
I
has
was
it.
thinking about that one.
Rayman was thinking
Not
about
one
it,
road.
but doesn't.
Nah,
give.
but then if you accept the Raymond, then I have to accept it, and then it's just
We see a 10.
bad for everyone.
If we see a mono here
Well,
from
if you
Ray,
manage
potentially
to
on
pull
the
VP,
ore,
then
maybe the Wii. I
Five
don't know.
roads.
This could be a massive turn here. This
That's
could be
what
a
I'm
massive
saying.
turn.
Is he has a non-knight at this point?
He probably has a VP.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I already talked about that earlier. How Ray doesn't have any more settles.
Which
Good point.
hopefully
Good
we-
point. So
either
he would
way-
need a city
either way,
settle.
I'm
Yeah, I mean that would be pretty much big game. Anyways,
6
huge
knights
10.
is not a great draw.
Huge 10 for Ray.
It's probably gonna be one of them. You're right.
Wow, this game is getting spicy. Ray's thinking here.
If I can get to
And thinking kind of
8.
hard. Are
maybe
we
even
about to
7,
see a
I'd be
mono?
happy.
Imagine had that wood for 2 ore gone through. Ray has a wheat mono. That could have been game.
Look for the mono.
He says he's gonna hope
not
for a
even
mono.
going
So
for it.
maybe he's also not
Rayman
blocked. It
says
could be a knight. I
before he
mean,
pulls a
could be
mono
anything,
every time.
right? Could be
Yeah,
anything.
so far.
In Rayman's hand there.
he got it. He got the money.
But is everyone on 8 right now? Right? Rodog made it seem like his non-knights weren't great.
It sucks too, 'cause, really all I can do.
But
now
what's
is
not great for him? Maybe a Yop isn't great. Amano's, of course, great. VPs are great. If he had had a road builder, I think he just plays it.
I guess that is what
So,
I get with playing.
Maybe they are great. Maybe he's on 8
Honestly,
as well.
The first ever Rayman non-bind.
Of course,
road
ABH is
builder
on 8.
2012.
Ray could be on 8. Griff's obviously
Oh,
on
he
8.
does.
That, honestly, wouldn't even be mad if I lost
Wow.
that.
We're getting spicy here. We are getting spicy
You know
here.
what I
I'd
would
be like-
do if I had the 312 set? I'll tell Griff, you still owe me the wheat, and then he'll be like, no, it's too late in the game.
He
I can't
traded
trade
you.
it. No, he didn't.
No, yeah, he traded you the wheat, Rayman.
I think-
No, I
that's
got
what
a
happened.
good service deal where I gave him a free card. That was not the wheat trade.
No, we did a. Oh, yeah, I guess.
And again,
You're not pulling that shit, right?
We're missing the chat here.
You're not.
Ray's
you're
kind
not
of
finding a
forgetting
loophole.
about
There's no
what deals
loophole
were
in the tax
made.
code for
We're
you.
in a
is?
point where
Yeah,
players could be on
especially
8,
with
9
the
points.
tapes,
Anyone's close
like
to winning,
the
and we're talking
tapes.
about deals that were made an hour and a half ago
Alright, here's
before the
not
game
pulling
started
nuts.
that we forgot to write down. That's why you write them down. We see a
Guys,
pop
I
from
pulled-
maybe.
Congratulations.
Yeah. I'm gonna say what it is, but it's not a VP.
Good. Be good at pulling nuts.
Two. That could have been the game right there.
I'm very good at pulling nuts.
That could have been the game right there. 2 devs. If you're ABH,
I've still
you
got
are.
a wood griff.
You're
Like, if it's not going to give you a point,
Well,
we can
he has
talk,
to
or
go
you can talk for it.
We went from
Yeah, I'm trying to. I'm
1-6
trying to get to 12.
to 6 sixes
Got a mono or
very fast.
I don't have mono.
Does he have?
Very fast. Rodog says he does not
He's
have
got
a
a
mono.
mono.
I think he rips,
Or-
instant rips the ore if he does, because he's got the ore port.
Griff has like
So,
2
oh
roads.
yeah, he probably does have the win.
He's like 2 roads and 6 ore or something.
I don't have the win.
Oh, no, he
or
poured
He
it.
has, you have rolls for the win, though.
He
You
poured
have
it
rolls.
for
He's
a
got to be
do
close.
not have. I do not have rolls for the win.
He's got,
It
so
doesn't
he
matter. I can't do
ported,
anything about it.
calculating it.
he ported for a week. Yeah, again, Rodog says it doesn't matter. You can't do anything
Do
about
you,
it.
does anyone
100%,
want
I
like
agree.
to give me
Some of
3
the
shit
more proficient
for any reason
trackers in the
whatsoever?
chat are believing
I-
there's
God's
6 ore,
and
wheat,
more
brick,
fucking
maybe
nuts.
some wood.
So,
Who
know.
knows?
You got one night, bro. No cap.
Who knows what it could be?
I'm further away from the
If
win
you're
than
Road
you.
Dog-
My
I
technical
can
turns here.
confirm that.
Nothing you can
That
do.
might be true.
Ro, I love you, but I can't. You know, I don't trust you to ensure me.
That's fine. You told me you loved me.
Rodog plays the op, gets a city. So city
Rodog
for
just has
7,
emotional
maybe 8
support.
points.
Well,
We
1%.
see an 8, not the roll Griffin
Alright.
was looking for,
So I need to
certainly.
settle and extend road.
But Griffin needs to extend
You
road,
One
and
of those things. You don't.
I don't
need
think he's
to
going to
I
get a
have one- I
whole
have
lot of
one
help here,
road and a settle.
right? If he settles here, he's not getting a whole lot of help on
Maybe
the
make him
extend
build
road
more
front.
roads and not settle it up.
Ah, man. Again, we talked about how Griffin needs to go up to
You
this
have one road
312
and a
here
settle.
to
I mean, one road
delete
good, that means he has to build at least 6 roads.
Rayman's chances
But like
of
he's not
taking
far off
road
that.
long
The 10
term.
hit and the 4 hit.
But, yeah.
He did port wood last turn.
All right, what are we
but, like,
thinking? What are we
he has
thinking in the chat
4
here?
and-
I
City
mean,
would hit right
look,
now. Yeah,
I
settle
do
for
have
Griff.
a, I do
Griff
have a
needs to
wood
settle.
How about this? How about
I
this? I have an
agree.
idea. If
Show
I
him,
settle
show
the
him.
3, if I settle
Yeah,
the
if Ray has the
312
mono.
instead of opening up the 2 settle,
It's crazy.
you help me build roads.
No,
Okay.
because he has city materials. He has 3 ore and a wheat.
Yeah,
giving that-
Griffin's
I'm
saying
giving
if
that
I
shit away.
settle the 312,
I
but
can trade
he
a
doesn't
wood.
need the double
That's what
settle.
I'm-
The city
But
comes
yeah,
very
if he settles
easily.
the
hand.
312,
At least make him show his full hand so you don't get scammed.
6 ore, 1 wheat, 1 brick, and 2 wood.
6
So
or
right now,
1
the only
wheat,
play that I'm doing is settle road.
2 wood, and
if
1
I can change
brick.
that hand to make it
We were
settle
right.
2 roads,
Lundy
I'll do that.
got it first. My
Yeah,
guys
I'm
were
gonna
right
wood.
behind him. You guys were right.
if you settle the
Kudos.
312, I can trade you a wood straight
I
up.
don't
I'm
know.
not giving you
I'm
shit.
no good at that.
If you choose to settle instead of build 2 roads, that's on you at this point. I'm not giving you shit.
No,
Nutty.
no hard feelings. This is the Major League
I
Cup.
think I can trade you.
I think
Nobody's
it'd be
giving
cool if you just
charity,
settled
but
the
everybody
3-4
wants to
the
win,
312
right? So
though,
Griffin's
there'd be
gonna do what's
settles
best
left
for
on the
him.
board. That would be nasty.
And Rodog says, you know, if you
So you can do
settle
that.
and you get yourself 9 points,
Kinda cool.
that's the risk you're
Look, if you
taking.
sell, like I
I
said,
ain't
if you settle
helping you.
312, I'll trade you the wood to build an extra road.
But
Does that help you
ABH
build
is
an extra road?
offering
I
to
think the
help
move
extend.
is actually going to be this.
Yes, we do see it from Griffin.
Okay, so you're just gonna
Well
do
done, Griffin.
roads. Okay.
Griffin
Yeah.
never loses road now. Impossible for Rayman to take
But Rayman might
road.
just have win anyway. Like if he has
I
2
like
VPs, like he can just win.
I don't
Yeah.
have.
Okay, these
got
next
one
2
VP.
turns here between Rayman and
Oh, so
ABH
took away the
could be
settles.
massive.
That game.
Could be massive.
No, but I need to really think, guys. So everybody, just shut up.
All right, Rayman needs to think. He can no longer get road.
Fuck.
Wow, wow.
He did pull the
There's
mono.
roads. There's
Here we go.
2 roads to
One.
save it.
Let's just make sure we're not crazy here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. He could do it, but he needs how many? He needs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
I like the play
8
keeping
roads.
double settle open.
8 roads. You just rolled, you know, a bunch of wood, a bunch of brick. It's doable. It's doable. I maybe had jinxed it when I said road is completely out of it. It is technically not until that 14th road comes down. It is technically not. And Ray is thinking hard here. Oh my gosh, I can't imagine. Hey, you trackers in the chat, what are his 15 cards? I'm going to start with 2 wood and a sheep. You guys carry out the other 12.
If he doesn't win here, I think he's like a card off.
It's close. You know, this will be one of those, if he doesn't win here, it'll be interesting to go back, and if he's got the mono right, to go back and to see, you know, what, if there was a win that there's potentially out there. We see the road builder. We see the road builder. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. He needs 1, 2, 3, 4. He needs 6 roads and 15 cards. Ooh. Ooh. It's close. It's close. And to be fair, that's assuming he has a VP if he wins here. He might not have a VP, but again, it looks like he's going for it, right? And you have to imagine he has it, right? You have to imagine he has the roads, because otherwise, I guess he's only spent 1 road so far, but Griffin can drop the other road right here.
Trade.
Right? Griffin can drop the 14th road.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of time.
Which makes road
Okay, so what is there?
useless, right?
I
So
just wanna pop.
you have to imagine, maybe he's just
If
spending
you
cards
can
because he
get
doesn't
me-
have a port,
I don't know.
but
It's not.
it's looking like Griffin's going to lock down road next turn, and then
You
it's
just need to build
actually
one more road and unlock it, though.
it's actually done.
Yeah. So
Does that road help
I
him?
built the
No.
road to force you to pop.
That road doesn't help him unless he could
Holy
have.
shit, I was freaking out there.
If Ray could have taken road that turn, it would have made a big difference. But this road is
Yeah,
it doesn't
everyone's
matter anymore
freaking
because
out.
You gotta port
Griff
down, you gotta
drops the
port
other
down
road.
more, Ray.
And Ray runs out of
Doesn't
time.
matter because it's G mother truckers.
ABH calls GG 2 for 2, the only person.
We got to 8.
Wow.
I pulled the only thing that's not as good as 2 VPs that turn, and that's mono VP.
Mono VP.
Well played.
So I guess he cities, yeah.
Well,
Cities for the win. GG ABH. Wow. He goes 2 for 2. The only person to do so. He is top of the leaderboard right now, right? Depends on his 3rd game, which is coming up right after this.
Ray, if you had
Congrats to
5 roads or
ABH.
6 roads in your hand, it was
I have to say congrats to Rodog and
guys.
Griffin for, coming
Yeah,
back
I
out
did.
of that.
I just
Congrats to
didn't-
Ray.
didn't
8
see
points
it?
across the
I
board.
didn't see it.
Wait,
What a
wait,
game.
I thought you did see it because of those roads.
About an hour and a
Those are
half.
the
We've
necessary
got to go into
roads,
the
right?
we've got to go
So
into the
it's the loop around the
replay.
11,
I'm dying to see.
9-10 to
I'm dying to
like,
see.
connect through the 8-4-5. So
How
that's
many
six.
roads?
You wrap around.
So he had
I
do you
was
mean?
Ray had
like-
5 roads. Hold up.
You needed 6 total roads plus your road builder.
So Ray plays the road
14.
builder. 1, 2. We're at 1,
So with
2.
the road
Did
builders,
Ray
3.
miss the win?
4.
I have
5.
roads.
Oh, he's 1 card off.
No, he didn't miss it.
He's 1 card
5
off.
roads,
Okay.
or
Well,
6,
wow,
6 roads
dang.
plus road building was game.
He
Can,
didn't have 6 roads.
So
can we just acknowledge that we had the perfect
a
amount of
10.
turns to signify our game?
a 10 was winning for Ray there, and that was the only roll that was winning for Ray. Because he
Damn,
hit
that
the
was
4, he
clutch-
got 2 wood, he
clutch
needed
block
3
on the
wood.
6, Josh. Fuck.
Wow.
I mean, I
Wow.
always block the 6
Yeah,
there.
clutch block
like,
on the 6
yeah,
from ABH in the end,
yeah.
blocked.
The timing
It
was
did
good.
hit
Like,
back
if
to
you-
back.
if
Griff
you
would have
pulled your-
won.
If you pulled your first
What a
on
turn.
right
Let's look at the
there,
dice. The
so-
6 made a comeback late in the game.
Yeah.
The
That's
8
what I
was
trying to
hot.
say
A
when you
lot of
guys were,
7s
like,
this
doom and
game.
gloom. I'm like, guys,
A lot
like,
of
2
sevens
fucking
this game.
6s, and you're right back in the
Who
game.
rolled the most
Like,
7s?
Well, yeah,
Uh,
of
looks
course,
like
of course I,
Ray-
knew that the whole time.
everybody,
but I
you know,
capitalized
rolled-
on being sad
rolled-
when it hadn't rolled.
Except for ABH, but ABH made up for it with his 6
And
nines.
you were mad at me for
Resources.
getting
I
robbed.
like to look at
I
who
had
7'd
so
out.
many like
Only Ray, man.
fucking
Who got blocked a
collateral
lot?
damage on my hand that game.
Shocker.
So annoying, dude.
A lot of 6s
no,
were
no,
blocked.
That turn that I blocked.
Who got robbed the
and you got
most?
robbed,
Again,
like, 4
some of this
times in a
wood
row
is going to
'cause no
be
one had
from
cards.
the
I felt
mono at
bad,
the
yeah.
end,
That
but
was
you know,
brutal.
fairly even robs across the board.
yeah.
And with look at those
That was
dev cards, 6
that was
nights for ABH. He did get the VP
yeah,
mono at
uncontested
the end.
army's pretty good.
VP for Rodog,
Good.
VP
I don't
for
know,
Ray.
like,
Griffin did
if
pull
the
that
sixes
one
pop
road
off
builder
like that,
early
I
in the
don't
game.
ever get a chance.
GG. Some crazy
Yeah,
trades,
they
that's
did.
right. Julia, I mean, we saw the 8-2. We saw the City. That was, I think it was a pretty
I still
crazy
never
City
lost
trade.
the sixes, even though they didn't
Wow.
roll.
some crazy trades, crazy
Yeah, I
deals.
knew we just had to like last.
Crazy
long
game,
enough for it
crazy
to
sixes
happen.
coming in the
So
end.
why did you go
What
5-10?
a game. And again,
I don't get that.
if you're
Oh.
new here, if you're new
Really?
to J-Dog's YouTube
No,
Having the
channel,
brick- having the
please
brick
hit that
makes
follow
sense
button,
at
trying to
all.
get to 50
It's just, like,
followers.
having
Thank
half
you
the
for
road
tuning
to-
in.
It's
We'll do a
funny-
little bit of an
it's
interview
funny
here.
because, like,
And please
I
don't
get that a
go
lot, like,
away.
people say, like, why
Please
did
go
you-
to
I
David
don't know, do I just
George's
think different
channel
different
right
ways?
after this. We could see ABH
But,
go
I mean,
3
to
for
me,
3.
it was,
He's got his third game
like,
coming
it
right
was
up after
the
this.
5-10
You
was
do
just
not
cool.
want to miss that.
Like,
It's
the
going to be an
3-4-11
absolute
is literally the
crazy
same
game.
amount of pips, but now getting road settles on the board is 10 times harder, and I don't
All
start
right,
with a
and
4-1
we'll listen
board.
in. We'll get a little bit of an
Whereas,
interview here.
I think the
Again,
5-10, I get the same
GG to
production,
everybody.
I now have brick.
And GG
and a
to the
3-1 board
Eagles. If you
start.
don't like the Eagles,
Like, is it just
boo-hoo.
not
If you like
better
the
in every way
Eagles.
than the 3-4-11?
Talking about
There was a really
American
solid argument for the 6-4. I
football.
was seriously
No,
contemplating
We
it.
won
I
yesterday.
100%
They're my
agree.
team.
I think
GG.
6-4 is better than 5-10 for sure.
No, 5-10.
Um,
5-10 was actually really
No,
smart.
I settled on 5-10 because if my rolls didn't hit, I would.
If
be
you
unsettled
have
if I
any
had pace
questions
really well,
for any of the players,
because my setup
put
isn't
them
as good
in the
as your
chat.
guys' setup.
when we come in to do
and
a
I
little
like
bit of an interview
augmenting
here,
my setup
I'll
with,
ask any
brick,
questions you guys
so I can get
have.
easy road settles versus just having 3 resources that don't work together and having to beg for trades at the start. I'm not one to get on my knees and beg,
Yeah.
so I don't like putting myself in that position.
Yeah, it made sense after you did it to me. I just didn't see it in the moment.
I was
the line.
laughing
It's
when
more about like the line you took after taking it is what matters. As a like 3-4-11 is totally fine. Like you could have just bought more devs and citied sooner, but instead you just got to your 3 settlements and secured army, and then you started building cities. So it's a good line.
And if I didn't get non-binded, I mean not non-binded, if I didn't get plowed on the 8-2, like my setup goes to pretty fucking god tier pretty quick with the 8
Yeah, I
setup.
mean it was a
Yeah.
no-brainer for me. That plow
Yeah,
was pretty obvious.
But no, yeah, it was fine. I honestly, I expected it
I'd
when
ask
I dropped
Griffin
the road.
if Double
but I
City
was
brought
like,
his threat level
this
too
is
high.
just
Okay,
too
well,
good
that
for me
A2
to
plow wasn't
not
the move.
go for
You
it.
know,
And
Yeah, it
obviously
was a
slowed
good
down
trade. It was a good
ABH a
trade.
lot, but maybe we'll get
yeah,
Will's
I just
perspective
kind of
on
had to
it.
hope that you guys either didn't have the cards or I could somehow intercept the deal or something. To me, it was a gamble that was worth risking. I was wasting a road to risk to get a really good spot. So, the gamble
All right,
was worth
let's see if these streamers want to ask some questions. I gotta.
Yeah, GG. Congrats, ABH. Only player to go 2 for 2. Potentially 3 for 3 here coming up soon. If you were to one word to describe the game, how would you describe it?
diabolical.
Diabolical. I love it. Dev game for sure. We kind of hear you give some insight on why you chose the 5-10. Losing the Brickport, maybe a bit of a disappointment, but how do you rebound from what it felt like wasting 2 roads and guaranteeing no 10-11? What was your kind of going through your head when you lost that?
Look, I was like I said earlier, like I knew it was a gamble when I went for it. The way I kind of saw it when I did it was like it wastes a road, not 2 roads, because I can still just road. And Rayman basically gave me the road, so like wheat sheep for wood break was pretty cheap for me. So I was like, yeah, maybe waste the road. And obviously, I was devastated when I got plowed. I think they rolled a couple rolls, which kind of just gave them the cards to do it too. And I was probably going to get the settle next turn if they didn't. So like, yeah, I was pretty livid, but I just keep on deving. I thought it was all over when I drew 6 knights, but then like did a clutch VP mono. I guess if you pull enough dev decks out of the deck, you're bound to eventually get something.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I think for me, the kind of the funniest moment of the game was actually right at the start when they were all talking about how I was taking the 3-4-11, and I'm just sitting there thinking, I'm never taking the 3-4-11 here, like ever.
Yeah.
Like when I took the 8-9-11, I was looking, okay, so 5-10, 4-5, one of those is going to be open on the way back. I'm probably going to hit one of those. Maybe 6-4. Like that's kind of where my head was at. Like I was never looking at the 3-4-11. I thought it might be open for a settle, but then when Rayman did his little like no port road play, I was like, well, I probably won't race him for that. I'll just let him have it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it makes sense. Cool. Well, again, congrats on the win. 2 for 2. Good luck in the next.
Thank you.
Ray was able to, magician pull something out of what, a couple people didn't necessarily love the setup, losing out the 3-1 port, losing out on the bottom half of the board, but was able to kind of just wheel and deal, get some great trades, get the first city. How are you feeling going into this in fourth pick?
Yeah, I didn't love my setup, but I know these guys, they read the board well, so they gave me some slack, and then I actually had a bit of a window with, like, I pulled 2 knights for the first couple devs, so that maybe if I get a knight there, maybe I have a... And also on the last turn, Griffin did really well to build those 2 roads, or I would have had it, so...
Yeah, only one card off at the end. A 10 would have done it, right? Instead of the 4, it was wildly close. Pretty crazy. So, yeah, cool.
You're welcome, ABH.
Wait, what are you welcoming me for?
My 1 extra road saved the game.
It did.
Oh yeah, thank you. I mean, I was gonna trade it to you if you didn't do it yourself, but yeah, thank you.
Yeah. And then we come to, we'll go to Road Dogg next on the lineup. 6 is, non-existent early. Brutal, right? We were hurting in the chat. Only 1-6 for the longest time. But there was a question, looking back on it, yes, you were able to take away the 8-2, but do you felt that set back your game in any way, or it was more of a thing that had to be done to protect, the longevity of the game and give yourself a chance in the long run?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a good question. I was thinking that I wouldn't have to wait on like Owen Griff that 6 roll for a long time, but it kind of slowed me down, and I don't know. It was fine. I just think I played it's too like passive of a setup. Like it only wins if the game just goes a long time, and I was never just in control of anything. It felt like so. It's not really like the type of game you love to play.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, these guys make it fun.
Of course. Yeah, tough when the numbers don't roll, but that's the dice sometimes, I guess. And last but not least, Griffin, the brother on the 6, also hurting for a lot of the game. Had ABH not blocked the 6 at the end, would have won. Came very close. How did you feel? How do you feel that you needed to come back? Playing a little bit of the road batch. And a question for you in the chat was, do you feel that the double city brought your threat level too high in the end?
It did, but also it was my only chance. My only chance was blitz them with 6s, hit another 6 before it gets blocked, and just pound out the win. I mean, I think I wanted to get road as long as possible and open up these settlements and build out this network, and I really wanted Rayman to find a hand where it was like, okay, I just won't fight road if you give me this 1-for-1 trade. But that never happened, and so I just had to keep extending and being patient for the 6, and it finally came. It gave me a window, and didn't finish strong.
Yeah. Well, hey, heck of a game, guys. Feel free to watch it back. Again, good luck in all of your next games to everybody. You guys provided a great game for all of us, and I appreciate it. We'll leave you to keep chatting.
Thanks for streaming, J-Duck.
Of course.
Yeah, thanks, mate.
Alrighty, I'm deafened up. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. What an absolute banger of a game. Super fun to watch. Congrats yet again to ABH, knocking his second win, 2 for 2. And again, in 20 minutes here, please go hop over to David George, the producer's channel. If you don't know him and you're watching Catan, what are you doing? You got to go tune on to his channel. He will be streaming the 3rd game for Mr. ABH. It will be, give me a second here, ABH versus 24 Carat, who was in the chat, Sesame, and Flying Chinaman. It will be an absolute banger of a game. Do we see ABH go 3 for 3? Solidifying his spot on number 1 on the leaderboard. We might see it. We've also got a couple of folks. Let me pull up the. Let me actually just pull up the standings for everybody here, if I can find them. Yep, here we go. Here they are. So little outdated here. We did just see ABH get his second win, right? So he is now on 2 for 2, 20 points, only person to do it. And in the next game, we've got Mr. 24 Carat, we have got Mr. Open Sesame, and Mr. Flying Chinaman, all looking to notch their first win. ABH going for his third. It will be an incredible game as always. This is the Major League Catan. We've got $1,200 on the line for the final table. You do not want to miss a single game in this lineup, in this series. These are some of the best of the best. It will be every single game. They just get better and better. Continue to tune in. Can join the Catan Champs Discord if you haven't already. Me personally, I will be streaming again myself on Wednesday. I got a Premier League match coming up, so tune into that. And again, thanks for tuning in. Please hit that follow button down below. Show some support to the channel, and do not miss out in 18 minutes, David George's channel. Thank you. Peace.